Yeah, I'm not doing an 8-hour stream. What's going on, everybody? So tonight is the first Motovlogger Hangout on this lovely YouTube channel of mine. Today, we are starting off with liquid ice.
Yeah. What?
What the fuck is going on here?
Is that all you want to say?
Oh, that's why. I'm like, what? Hold on. Man, see, I'm already fucking it up because I had the I didn't mute the audio because I have the fucking YouTube channel up so that I can see the fucking chat. All right, let's try this again. So we have Liquid in here.
Yep.
And we also have both the guys from BB Squad.
Hello. Oh, hi.
That might have been the most awkward hi ever. Like, hi.
What? Yeah.
And we have a little one in the background too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
She's watching.
Well, that's always fun. It's only 8 o'clock, so I can't really harass you too much about that one. Not that I can really talk a whole lot anyways, because I'm sure my kid stays up super late when he's at his mom's house.
She's usually probably still up when I want to go to bed. Okay. And then the other one is in bed, but he's kind of trying to fight it.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am posting right now to Instagram so people will know that you're live.
We could tweet it out right now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing all of that right now. Fucking water. That's
Yeah, there's Daddy.
there.
Keep on
Right.
Daddy.
You two, I have to say, BB, you guys are some hilarious dudes, man.
Thanks, man.
You know, I actually have to agree, and because of the fact that I actually met you guys, and it was so crazy the day that I met you guys to begin with, and I was running around trying to get everything situated with Tom and everybody else, and
Yeah.
when you guys were talking in the video, like, oh, I wish we had more social skills, and I'm like, well, you're not the only one. I was running around with my head cut off, basically, trying to, figure out where everybody is and get situated and all that. And it's,
Yeah.
I don't even want to go into the details about later that day because that day, that was scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys
that was one to remember.
I think you guys were quite a ways behind me.
Not remember it.
Oh yeah, that's not something that I don't think any of us are ever going to forget. And the fact that well, you guys did a little video talking about it. I know a couple other guys have done videos talking about it and shit, but I never actually got into it. I have a video on my desktop right now that I haven't gone through talking about group rides. And now this was the day after, or actually 2 days after. Like I was leaving work and it was still on my mind and everything else. And I basically wigged the fuck out. Like it was crazy because I just went off for a good 10 minutes about it. And I'm like, do I really want to post this? Because I don't know if I do or not. So it's literally just been sitting on my desktop and haven't done anything with it. And I've been recording everything else and taking breaks apparently because I get lazy and don't want to edit.
Oh, hey, I know how that goes, dude. I have all this footage that I have to go through just because I've been too lazy to do it. not the point that I get up at 4 a.m. I don't get done work till 3:30 in the afternoon, and then I come home to watch kids. So I mean, I kind of have a, but. Okay, I don't know if I can get you out of that, honey. You knock it off.
Yeah,
I don't even
came home and set this up. I set this up right when I came home.
What's going on, Nick?
Come on.
Aren't you supposed to be working right now?
Hang on. Who's Nick?
One of the guys in the side chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
If that's who, I'm pretty sure it's who I think it is. He works at actually. You guys probably, well, Liquid won't, but you guys probably will. He actually works at Green Bay Fear.
Oh, really?
And apparently, he scared the fuck out of somebody the other day. See, I've heard that's really good too.
Yeah, it's pretty dang good.
I haven't gone. Honestly, I haven't gone to a haunted house in. I would probably say a good 5 years at the minimum that it's been since I've gone to a haunted house.
Hey, I'll be right back. My little one wants to try to get comfortable in here, and she's going to have her tablet blaring, so I'm going to put her out on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Your own live stream started.
Hey, it's all good. It happens.
I hate haunted houses.
Yo, they're not even scary. I don't even think they're scary because you know it's coming.
Well,
I don't know what's coming.
See, what gets me about haunted houses is the fucking jump scares. Like I don't know what it is, but every single time, like I know it's coming, and then bam, it's there, and it scares the fuck out of me. And of course, some of the guys that I work with, they like to mess with people. So, like, it's constantly like turning around constantly to make sure that nobody's behind you, and you still never know when it's coming just because you're constantly wearing earplugs and everything else and focusing on a machine. So they like to just come up and scare the ever-loving crap out of everybody.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's even better once you can get them, it just makes it even better.
Huh. Just because you know it's coming, it's not scary, I think. Like, I expect it, so I'm like, it's not going to be scary because I know they're going to try to scare me.
Wait,
so I'm like,
what is Green Bay Fear?
Triggers aren't going to scare me.
Green Bay Fear is one of the haunted houses over. Oh shit! I know I'm going to say this wrong. I'm pretty sure it's on Shaw or on Taylor.
No, isn't that the train museum?
No,
no, that's Terror on the Fox.
I have no clue about Green Bay. So when you say streets, I'm like lost.
It's on the west side. It's like 2 minutes from the highway.
Ah, okay. Because I think the only other time that I was in Green Bay was like end of February, beginning of March when I picked up the bike. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you bought your bike in Green Bay.
Yep.
Good old Green Bay.
I know.
How about them Packers?
Them Packers.
Hey, I didn't get to watch the game.
I don't want to talk about the Packers.
I was too busy playing the Infinite Warfare beta until 12:30 in the morning. So
on what console?
Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Sucks.
I have both consoles, and I'm actually doing Call of Duty on Xbox only.
What?
Oh,
you know.
You need to download the beta, and
I have the beta. It's on right. It's on there right now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh dang.
Go ahead.
I got a PS4. Why don't you guys like upgrade to something real?
I have both.
I
have both consoles. See, and now we're gonna get into that debate about which one's better, right? Because I can honestly tell you, having both consoles, I can say neither one of them trumps the other one.
Yeah, I mean, I like backwards compatibility with the Xbox One, just because them classic games can't beat those. Oof.
I just don't like the Xbox controllers. I hate them things.
Oh, I like it a lot.
See, my only thing is, okay, I used to hate it. Like, I was a diehard PS1, PS2 fan. And then my brother picked up an original Xbox, and I tried playing it, and I was like, this sucks. I hate this controller. It's so bulky. And then the more I played, the more I started to like it. And now I bought a SCUF for my PlayStation. And to be quite honest, like,
I would die for a SCUF.
It feels just as big as an Xbox One controller, just because of the back paddles and everything else. But it's still got that small, I don't even know. It's got that smaller frame and everything else. So it's not as big, but it feels bulky because of all the weight in it.
If I had a scuff, I'd probably be raping little children on COD. Like,
Wow.
That's federal offense, right?
See, and
they would never know.
oh, and it's weird because when I ordered my scuff for my PlayStation, I just assumed that you were going to get 4 back triggers. That was incorrect. The only one that comes with 4 is an Xbox controller, which apparently you can take off as many as you want.
Yeah.
Which I was like, well, 4 toggles on the back would be a whole lot of area. And to remember offhand which one is which would get so confusing so quick.
I still don't remember what is what. I just press.
I think that's basically what it comes down to after a while.
But are the pedals cross-compatible with Xbox and PS4?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Because the ones on the PlayStation are smaller than the ones on Xbox.
Interesting.
Which you would think that they'd all be the same size, but apparently they're not, just because they've got to make the ones for Xbox bigger since the damn controller is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hang on, I got to take this phone call.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
So I'm gonna mute myself, or just for my mic.
All right.
Well, I was gonna say I could probably just mute you myself, but then I wouldn't know when you're back, so that wouldn't really do a whole lot of good.
Is our audio good? Like, we didn't even test this at all.
I think the audio sounds great.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
See, and I was kind of curious on how mine sounds. Like, I tested it a little bit with GarageBand, but that was about it.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It better. $130 microphone, it better sound good.
Yeah, I have the same mic as you. Except mine's not black.
Oh, yeah, I had to buy the black edition just because.
Black edition looks so good.
See, this one's like 2-3 years old now.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the black edition.
No.
Well, and I was going to actually order this like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was still like $140. And I was like, I'll just wait a little bit. You know, I'm not in a hurry for it and everything else. And when I went to order, I'm like, oh, it's only $112. Ordered that, ordered the stand, ordered the pop filter and everything else. I get everything. The stand is black. The microphone's black. Pop filter's black. But the shock mount that I had to order for it to work with any other mount is bright silver. I'm like,
you can spray paint it.
Wow. I could, but that would require me not to be lazy. And
that's very difficult.
I don't really, it doesn't bother me a whole lot that I need to spray paint it or anything like that. So, I mean, if there was something on the bike that I ordered that I didn't like it would get changed instantly.
Yep. Do it for the
just
bike.
Just because that takes priority over everything.
Yep. Bike over life.
Well, I don't know about that. I've had that close call. I've had the close call already with death in a bike. So
yeah, I've seen some stuff on the bike.
Well, it wasn't that bad. We won't get into that, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Oh.
Is anybody even in here? Oh, we got 3 viewers and 1 like. Yeah.
We're rolling them in.
Dude.
Rolling.
Oh, shit. Why did I not?
Road to 1 mil.
Road to 1 mil. Oh, that's awesome right there. What do we got here? Check out the Instagram. Do we have anything good? No. Why is there nothing good right now? Oh,
super good when you're going through.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing I really follow is other motovloggers and car stuff. That's about it because there's too much random dumb shit.
Yeah.
And too many chicks dressing up in nothing and then getting pissed off when people give them attention.
Is it? Dressing up in nothing.
Well, basically, yeah. But see, and you know, we'll get it. I'll bring up this topic right now, just because we went in there. The whole Halloween coming up in what, a week and a half. Yeah, it's all these women that are gonna go out and skanky shit and basically wearing nothing, and then they get compliments and shit. Well, genuine compliments, and they think guys are just being douchebags. But then they get douchebag comments from assholes, and they're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, their legs just like spring open.
Yeah, like I just don't understand that. Like, but you get pissed off when you know that you're gonna get thirsty ass comments, and I hate that fucking word, and I just used it. God, I hate myself right now. Dude. Like, you get comments like that, but you kind of have to expect comments like that when you're wearing nothing.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, if you don't comment, then I mean. It's not even right. Yeah.
Oh no, and that's exactly it. But you know, like it comes down to you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, you just gotta tell her her eyes look beautiful.
Yeah, which set of eyes is the question?
Oh, I have no clue.
What?
That was I had to answer that. That was my kid's grandma.
Oh no, that's all good.
She's taking one of them tomorrow, and then we'll have the little one. They're taking Jordan.
Oh, nice.
So it might be too long of a car ride for her. So.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Well, he'll probably just sleep most of the way.
Oh yeah. So that's all good.
Give him some NyQuil.
Oh yeah.
If I know if it's one thing that I know, even little kids under the age of I don't know 2, maybe even less than that, you put them in a car and you start moving, 5 minutes they're done.
Oh yeah, they're out.
There is no. They'll fight it for a minute. And that's about it, and then out.
Yep, it's all good.
Yeah, that'll get them.
No, go ahead.
Whoa.
What? I was just gonna say, so Liquid, we were just talking about this. So what's your take on it? The whole Halloween thing and women dressing up skanked as hell.
Well, I mean, for now that I am a dad, I have to say I would look at it totally different than if I wasn't.
Yeah.
Because would I want my daughter out there dressed like that? No. Because you never know what type of psychos, idiots, perverts, or whatever are out there.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, if I'm not going to bash on somebody if that's how they want to dress or whatever for Halloween, but I mean, they're going to get unwanted attention, and if they can't handle it, then they shouldn't have dressed like that.
And see, and that's what we were kind of just talking about too, is that they'll get like some people will actually give like good legitimate compliments, like, hey, you look really good, blah blah blah, whatever. Right. And a lot of women will brush it off, but then they'll get the, hey, what's going on, girl? You look fucking sexy.
Yeah, and if that's not what they're looking for, then maybe they should think twice.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're gonna get that unwanted attention if you dress like that. It's gonna happen. Yep. There's no way around it. So, I mean, like, and the worst part is just because of how society is nowadays, it's basically glorified that, oh, it's Halloween, so you have to dress skanky. I don't give a fuck. You want to go dressed in a fucking Yoshi costume, go for it. That's actually cooler, I think.
Hell yeah! I mean, would someone want to see me dressed skanky on for Halloween? I'm probably not.
That could be interesting.
It probably could be, and I am coming to Green Bay, so.
We all right around the Speedos for Halloween.
Oh man. Yeah. But no, I mean, each their own. But they gotta think before they step out of that house. What kind of attention do they want to bring to themselves?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, and I mean, we're gonna jump from that topic and we're gonna go right into this one. It's people. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up first. I kind of wasn't expecting the end of your video from Wildcat Mountain and the idiot Harley rider. And I'm like, well, okay, well, where's the Harley? And I'm expecting him to like fly between the two of you. I'm like,
right.
All right, well, he's not coming up fast. So what's really going on here? And then it's like slow motion. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? All of a sudden, I'm watching. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me on that. I'm like, so what is this guy just being a douchebag because you guys are on sport bikes, or?
Okay, let me explain it, since because I don't know if I want to put the beginning of the incident of that out on YouTube. It all started. Me and another buddy were out riding. We went around Wildcat, blah 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 blah. Well, then we came through a town called Westby, which I have quite a few relatives that are cops in that town. So I try to keep it cool going through that town. Well, on the outstretch of that town, it's a good maybe 6-7 miles, of clear 2-lane road. Okay. I noticed there was a Mustang behind us, and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. So I'm waiting for my buddy slows down so the Mustang can pass him. So here comes the Mustang, and I'm like, ooh, yep. I'm like, and then I happen to look over. I'm like, nope, it's a chick driving. She's not going to have no fun. So I was like, whatever. So I just, as soon as she passed me, she got right over in front of me, which, okay, whatever. She wasn't cutting me off, no nothing. So it was, whatever. Well, being, a douchebag sport bike rider that I am.
Oh, here we go with that.
I downshifted a couple times and I just let it rip. And I just, I was like at 150 before I even knew it. So I slowed down, let my buddy catch up, and we got to ride. And all of a sudden I happened to notice that there was a Harley behind us. So I'm like, okay, we're getting kind of close to the next town. I'm going to start slowing down. Well, as soon as he starts coming up beside me, I see him like doing this jacking motion. And I just busted up laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is this jack off doing,
He was jacking off, literally.
So I don't know if he was like, saying like, oh, you're a jerk off, or I'm a jerk off, or what. So I was just like the idiot Harley rider.
See, and I just found that funny because I'm watching that and I'm just laughing the whole time, and then I'm going, wait, this guy's like probably directing this at them is the same guy wearing absolutely no gear,
right?
Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, dude, why? Like, you're gonna make fun of a sport bike rider because they're having fun, whatever. That's what we do on sport bikes.
Exactly.
I know that you guys probably. I know by your YouTube videos that you guys have fun on fucking supermotos. So that's just how it is.
Right, and it let me. I know I didn't put it in the video. I mean, I should have after all the fact. I don't have a problem with Harley riders. I don't have a problem with Harley Davidson motorcycles, but you do have that select few with each group of riders that are just idiots. And I mean, and I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm not no idiot, because I can be an idiot once in a while. So I'm not trying to pinpoint. The dude was being an idiot, and I didn't know why. So.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I've made it clear in videos, I mess around. I have fun with it and shit. Like, I try not to do it too much in actual moto vlogs just because that's way too incriminating. And considering the gear I wear, the helmet I have, and my bike, there ain't a whole lot of that particular around this area. And the only other person that had a bike exactly like mine no longer has it. So, so it's like, yeah, I'm going to choose my battles on when I want to fuck around and where I'm going to fuck around.
Right. The only other incident that I've had around my area is that there was a guy on a 2004, let me rethink, either an 03 or an 04 R6. Same color as mine, except for the R6 had like that black tribal flame or whatever on it. He went on a police chase. The cops chased him. Well, because there was no other silver Yamaha bike in the area, I got questioned.
Oops.
And I'm like, hey, I have no clue. I was like, do you see any kind of black tribal flames on my bike? I was like, It wasn't me, you know. And then finally it came down to my cousin is the chief of police over where I live. I had to go personally talk to him and explain to him, you know, this is, you know, you guys ain't looking for my bike. It was not me, you know, to finally get this thing to get off of my back. So that's why when we started talking about this, doing like the meetups and stuff here in Wisconsin,
yeah,
that there's certain towns and certain counties that I cannot mess around in, like extremely mess around, because I'm related to cops and they know what I ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one in this county that has a silver R1. I'm the only one in this county that has a white variant, you know, so it's kind of hard to mess around.
Well, speaking of which one of you has a battle scar?
Me.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I'm like, man, that helmet looks really... Wait a minute. That's a battle scar. I have a battle scar. Damn it.
Battle scars are too good. Oh.
See, and I was torn between that and the Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
The Ghost looks pretty cool.
But I didn't want to spend another $200 more than what I was spending.
And actually, I've been actually kind of looking more towards that Lucky 13.
See, I don't know. I guess I just like the sleek look of the battle scar. That's why I think I went with it, just because. Now, granted, I can't even really say that it's not flashy because I have a giant fucking Warhawk on it with red decals on the side of it, so that I already put all the flashiness on it.
Right.
But like some of these helmets, like I'm trying to even think, like the Doodle helmet. That's just, holy God! Like it's like punch you in the face. Like, oh hey, here I am.
What about the new one I just got? I mean, you ain't gonna think that people ain't gonna, you know, notice me.
Yeah. What a giant pumpkin helmet is awesome, though.
I know.
That's a little different.
Oh my goodness, dude, that helmet is so bad. To look at that helmet in person, dude, it is so badass.
Oh, I'm sure.
The Trick or Street by Icon, yeah, that they did it with that one.
See, I really kind of wish that they would come out with a bunch of different custom ones like that, like a couple times a year, instead of just we're gonna release this one.
You know, I don't know. I think I've already talked to you about it, but I sent Icon a personal message telling them that they need to do something with the white Icon variant to make some scheme, you know, some kind of design or something with that, because they do it with all the black ones. You know, it's like do something with a white one. I like my white helmets. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So do something cool to it.
Yeah. Well, see, and I think Icon does some, you know, some cool stuff, but like I know there's been a lot of people that have submitted ideas to Icon for, you know, cool different like things. I know I can almost guarantee that oh God, I can't even think of what her name is on YouTube, but Brittany Morrow, I'm sure she's put in a couple of different, you know, things for that.
I think hers is the Queen Bee on Bee or something like that for YouTube.
Yeah, Queen Bee Moto, I want to say.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the Icon variant is changing out the shields. We both stripped.
Yep.
Both of them, because it comes with those aluminum screws, and it's so easy to over tighten them, and then we had to replace those screws and put a nut in there.
Mine actually snapped off. The head of it snapped off, and I had to drill it out and retap it. And so that was not good.
See, my only other problem with the variant is that you have to have their little like key to get the freaking side pieces off, and guess who lost it?
Oh yeah.
You know what you do? I use a flat-headed screwdriver.
Yeah, I suppose that probably would work.
I just kind of wrap like a small enough type cloth over the end of it, so when I try to pry it, I'm not really trying to scratch anything.
Yeah.
But a small enough flathead screwdriver does the trick.
I didn't even think about that. God, I don't think about shit like that. I'm just like, God damn it. Well, I can't take my visor off. Well, whatever.
Because to be honest with you, I don't know where my key is to even pop that stuff off either. So that's why I started using the screwdriver.
So when mine broke, I was so lazy. I just taped it down for like a good month and a half. I didn't even get a new screw or anything. I just used tape.
Well, here's my next question about the variants. Do you guys have a lot of wind noise problems?
Yes.
Not too bad.
Well, like not really in like microphone, but like ear.
Oh, on the highway.
Yeah,
It's pretty dang loud.
Plus, we have no protection.
I get the faster you go, the louder it gets.
I see, and I wasn't sure if it was just me or if it was just the variants. And like I've seen a couple people talk about it in reviews and shit that they're like, that's the biggest problem is that wind noise is terrible with them. And I didn't have that. Like my bell that I used before this, before my variant, like I'd ride down the Road America and everything else. No music going, and I'd get off the bike and I'd be fine. This, I'd ride across town and my ears are ringing.
Then wear earplugs.
I can't, though. That bothers the shit out of me.
After a while, you don't even notice it.
But I wear earplugs all day at work.
Okay, then forget you forget you have them in and just put your helmet on.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I know another buddy of mine, actually two other buddy of mine that live around my area, both have variants also, and they would use earplugs, and they told me like, the earplugs work. So, I mean, I don't ride with earplugs. I actually kind of like hearing everything, but
yeah,
wind noise, it don't bother me. It's just, it does get loud, but I mean, my bike is kind of louder in the wind, so.
I'll start my bike for you tomorrow when you're here, so that you can actually hear how loud it is. Like,
oh, dude, I can't wait. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it because nobody knows what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, yeah.
Well, and the thing is, like, like I've had people asking me, like that I've watched videos and stuff, or watch some of my videos that I'm good friends with. They're like, it sounds really good on video, and it doesn't sound as loud. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know why that is, because that microphone picks up everything so crystal clear.
Well, it's because it's behind you.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I mean, your microphone is in front of the exhaust.
Yeah.
In a helmet. So yeah, obviously it's going to pick it up, but it's not going to pick it up like it would if you were behind the bike.
Yeah.
So, because I know Downey's downshifts, when he had his on his bike, you could actually, for some reason, it seems like you could hear that like really good. I mean, you can hear yours too, but it's probably not as loud as if you were standing behind the bike.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and here's what I kind of don't understand is downshift switch from his Tosh exhaust to the Gray's low mount.
Yep. And
the low mount sounds quieter than the Tosh did.
The reason he gave up the Tosh is because, it looked good. It sounds good, but he didn't get there. The Tosh doesn't give you no performance whatsoever.
Oh no, it doesn't.
So Downey was looking for performance wise.
Which, see, and that's why I'm surprised he went with a low mount, because you would think that'd be even more killer.
Right. But it's just, after so many years of having something, a different look is due.
Yeah.
So I think for him it was trying to do a whole new kind of look, So, and it looks, for what he did, I think it looks really good.
See, and I like the way he did that, where he had that whole like back fairing piece kind of custom made, I think.
Yeah. I think he did that himself, didn't he?
That I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I don't want to say he did. I don't want to say he didn't, but I thought he did.
I mean, that's very possible.
Because his belly pan is carbon fiber.
Yep. Because I remember he cracked it trying to get it into his truck one time.
Yep.
Because I remember him doing a video about it and basically was like, son of a bitch, I just cracked it. That's carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not going to be cheap to fix.
So Downey's bike, I mean, his bike, he put a lot of thought into that R1, and for what he wants, that bike looks nice. I mean, I've never seen it in person. I've never seen Downey in person. Just YouTubes and pictures, on Instagram. That bike looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. It really does. I will agree with that. And like what he's done so far with his, I'm gonna botch it. So I'm just gonna call it the Ducati. Because I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
It's like a Diablo,
or
yeah. Sorry if we pronounce it. If you're a Ducati fan, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. But like that thing is like the more I see it, and I got to ride one of those last year at one of the Ducati days over here, and like that is Ducati's answer to Honda's V-Rod. Like that. It's no joke. Like, you twist the throttle on that thing, it will pick the front end up without second thought.
Right. Well, for as easy as Downey can wheelie that thing, it kind of looks like it would just wheelie no problem.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, too. Like, you look at pictures of Downey and, like, videos and, like, third-person videos of him. Like, he's not a small dude. Not that he's fat or anything, but he's a big dude. So, like, he's taking that thing up in the air like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then you got me that's 6'2", 200 pounds, and that's like, nope, never going to wheelie. I'm too much of a pussy. I'm not going to do it.
Hey, you know what? Don't feel bad because I don't really wheelie. Don't get me wrong. I try to. I am not the best person at doing wheelies, but I try. I think it was just the other day I finally had the balls to try it on the R1.
Yeah.
So I got it up, not, like anybody else would, but I mean, for a beginner on an R1, I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, which one of you does wheelies all the time?
I do.
They both do.
Well, okay. Which one does them better?
Right.
They're gonna say, "Well, I do." How long did it take you until you got the butterflies out of your stomach from doing wheelies?
Probably a good year at least.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And it just took me I took one whole day on a weekend, and I found this parking lot in the middle of an industrial park, and I just sat in first gear and just kind of put it up and then put it down soft and just kept doing that over until I kept getting up and up more, and then after that then I got a lot better. It's mostly just about having my foot over the brake all the time, and actually
to get that brain memory with the brake.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you don't have that and you don't think about that, then it's rip. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people rush into it, and then that's when they crash or loop or stuff like that. So,
well, see, and like I talked about getting another bike at some point. I don't know if it's ever going to happen or not because, well, I'm too broke and I don't want to pay insurance on a second bike.
Whatever. You just spent like $1 million on this microphone setup. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I wish. Dude, let me tell you, I wouldn't be living where I was if I spent that much. Fuck. But like, so many people are like, "Oh, dude, why don't you just start learning wheelies on your current bike?" And like, I watch videos. Like Downey did a video on it, of why you should not learn wheelies on a 1000.
Yeah,
and basically, there's way too much power to learn wheelies on a 1000, and you will loop it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I beg to differ. I mean, I'm not trying to say Downey doesn't know what he's talking about, but I beg to differ. They always tell you not to wheelie an R1 or any 1000 in first gear, right?
Yeah,
I do.
Boyd's got some huge nutty buddies.
Yeah.
But it's about being comfortable and knowing your limit. I mean, I understand one wrong twist of the throttle and you're gonna loop it. But I don't go past my comfortability, and I know I shouldn't be doing it, but it's just like just getting the feel of bringing that front end up, and I can do that easier in first gear than I can in second.
Yeah.
It just feels too good not to do it.
Right. So I mean, I'm not trying to like go all balls out. If I was gonna do that, then yes, I would be in second. But you know.
Well, and I was gonna say the other thing too with doing wheelies in second gear, especially on a 1000, to hit in power range to wheelie an R1, well, especially like mine, you're talking like 7,000 RPMs, and you're turning like 60 miles an hour in second gear.
Yep.
That's going quite fast.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not to that point of being comfortable yet for that.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had my if I had my 600 out, yeah, no problem. You know, but yeah, my R1, I don't want to. That's my baby right now. I don't want to put it down.
Yeah. What the? No, sorry, guys. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and a friend of mine got tagged in a post. There was a video of some dude is like recording with his phone, or like with the the FaceTime camera, I guess you could call it.
Right.
Girlfriend vacuuming, and she's like vacuuming up the wall to get fucking spider webs and shit. Pulls the attachment off of it and keeps going up the ceiling. What the hell are you doing? What?
Wow.
You're not doing anything. All you're doing is moving shit around.
Wow. Hey, so I know it's not off the subject, but how cold is it or warm is it supposed to be tomorrow over there?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, jeez.
It's supposed to be like in the 60s or something, ain't it?
57.
Oh, that's like perfect weather right there.
Not bad.
57's not bad, but the 40 degrees it is for right now is a little bit cold.
Yeah.
Because I'm bringing the GoPro, and I got I got 2 batteries charged, and the last one is on the charger right now.
Oh Christ!
And if I think about it,
we're going with this one.
And if I think about it before I go to bed, I might put the drone battery on the charger too.
Dude, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Drone.
I know a drone would be so good. Oh.
Well, I can't. I know I can't stay that long over in Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I might be able to stay a little bit, you know, to try to get a little bit of filming or something.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not bringing the bike. I can't bring the bike. That's, you know, for what I'm coming over for. I don't want, you know.
That would be a pain in the ass. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I've hauled a lot of that shit in a backpack, and it's not fun.
Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. So I'm gonna take the safe route. But I mean, if after everybody's done here, I don't know if do you guys have each other's phone numbers and all that too, or?
I was gonna say I talked to them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. Well, then private message them or something. And do you guys want to freaking meet up someplace or all over at your place or something? I mean, it's whatever.
Like what time?
Well, I'm leaving this side of the state at like 9:30 in the morning.
It'll be here by 1.
Yeah, so I should be like over on that side by 1, maybe a little before.
All right, I got to take the ACT in the morning, so rip me.
Oh.
But after that, I think I'm...
The ATT, what the hell is that?
Oh, ACT. College prep.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, remember, we got the youngins here.
Yeah. Hey, let me see here. 1, 2, 3. I have 4, but I'll bring 3 with me of my liquid ice stickers, and I'll give you guys one.
Yo,
I like stickers. Yeah, me too.
I don't have any of my. Actually, I have my buddy that makes my stickers is dropping off one of my other stickers. But I already promised somebody that one a while ago.
The giant one?
Yep. So otherwise, I would have had more made, and to give you guys, but I don't want just keep that on the down low that I'm giving them to you because
Yeah, we're not live streaming.
Nope. So I'll make sure I have them, my liquid ice one set aside so I don't forget them.
All right, sweet.
I was gonna say that'll fit on my windshield a little bit better, seeing as it's taken up anyways.
But I'm having a new one of the other one, the bigger one, made up for me. It's instead of being white, it's gonna be blue now.
Nice.
So yeah, it's my bike is gonna look a little different for next year. Let's just say that.
I want to do a track day next year, and I'm already regretting wanting to do it because I need to replace another rear tire, which I just did twice in the last year because...
Holy cow, what the hell are you doing?
Jesus.
Well, wait. What brand of tires are you buying?
PP3s.
Oh, God, why don't... Okay.
I'll explain why. I replaced my rear tire that was on there because the rear tire that was on it when I bought it had like almost 3,000 miles on it.
Uh-huh.
And it had a PP3 on it. So I was like, all right, I'll stick with Michelin. I love Michelin tires. Like, I've never felt more comfortable on anything but a Michelin tire.
Okay.
So end of the season, I'm like, all right, I'll replace it. That way it was ready to go. All I had to do was drive back, go over to the team once the season started, get the oil change since I had fucking 3 free oil changes.
Right.
So I go get the oil changed. And now, mind you, I've got 20 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cruising around, and everything else. And all of a sudden, I go to leave my house one day, open the garage, and I sit on the bike, and I'm like, something don't feel right. I turn around and look, and fucking tires sitting flat, rims all the way on the ground. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going riding today. Push it back in. I'm like, well, maybe I just lost air for some reason. Pump it up, and I can hear, psst. That's not good. Grab the fucking rear stand, throw it on there. I'm going around. All of a sudden, I find it. A fucking construction staple apparently went in my tire at some point. Must have been on my way home the night before from work. And I go, well, that's cool. So I had just bought that tire or put that tire on in like October of 2015.
Yeah.
And had to replace it in April of 2016. So $600 in tires.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Dude. And now, with wanting to do a track day, who I would go through, their requirements are front and rear tire have to have no less than 30% wear. Brakes are like 40% wear.
Right.
And I don't remember there was something else too, but I don't remember what. Oh, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to replace my chain and sprockets, seeing as all of them are factory and have almost 13,000 miles on it, and the rear sprocket's starting to show wear.
I'm not going to say everything, but my chain and sprockets are getting changed out over the winter too because they're junk.
Yeah, and if you go to a track day, you're probably going to go through a set of tires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But with speaking of tires, now I know everybody has the brand that they like, but you know who Fallen Angel 13 is?
Yes, I do.
He had the brand of tires that he liked, and I told him to try out the Pirelli Angel GTs, and now he loves them things.
See, my only problem with Pirellis is they're so fucking expensive.
No, they're not. The Angel GTs ain't.
Because what do I have on the front? I don't see. And what sucks is when I got my bike, I traded in my 2012 ZX6.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, and the worst part is the more I think about it, the more I regret it, the more it pisses me off. Because I got my ZX6 in 2013. Yeah. I signed the loan papers February 2013. Which was 7 months after my accident. Now, a year later, actually 14, beginning of 15, I had my settlement and everything back from my accident and shit. I paid off my ZX6, which I still owed like $4,000 on, I think. I think I paid a total of like $9,000 for a still crated ZX6 when I signed the loan papers. Like, it wasn't even put together.
Nice.
I traded the ZX6 in, and they gave me $6,400 trade-in for a bike that was 2 years old already.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added another $6,000 on top of it for the R1 and to have the Tosh exhaust purchased and installed by them, which I could have theoretically done it myself, but I was like, it was February when I got the R1, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to put it on for a month or two, so just put it on, drop it off, done. But the more I think about it, I kind of wish I wouldn't have, because really, I threw away about $12,000 because you figure I paid off the bike a month prior to buying the R1 and then another $6,000 on top of it. And the other bike was already paid for after the $4,000.
Well, hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Oh, yeah. And, like, you know, like I talked about buying a Grom at some point, everything else, and
don't become one of them, dude.
I wanted one just for a mess around bike. Like, that's literally what I wanted it for. But like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, but like the thing is, like, where I'm going to be moving in like March, April is only going to be like a mile from work. So I'm like, all right, well, Grom would be perfect because I wouldn't be starting the R1 and riding a mile and shutting it right off. Like, that's kind of a waste to even ride the R1. But then I'm thinking about it going, is it really practical, though? If I'm just cruising around in the city, sure. But if I want to go to Appleton or the other side of the state or anywhere else that's not in Green Bay, I'm going to be taking the R1.
Right.
So, you know, if I'm going to buy something else, it's either going to be an older 600 R6, and it'll basically become a stunt/track bike, or it's going to be a supermoto or a dual sport.
Okay, now what I have to ask, why would you say the older R6 instead of the new R6?
We're going to get into the new R6. Well, first of all, I don't have $12,000 to spend on a brand new bike.
Well, hey, get a loan.
No. If I'm going to get a loan, I'm going to get a brand new dual sport because then I can drive that thing wherever the hell I want to.
Right. I am kind of jealous that I ain't got no supermoto.
Oh, yeah. Supermotos are so good.
You can just go wherever.
Off-roading?
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, I've always been, I'm not saying I'm against supermotos, but because I've always loved dirt bikes, you know, and you put the two together and it's just like, yeah. But I mean, watching your guys' videos, you know, and anybody else that's got a dual sport, or a supermoto, I make fun of them, this and that, but I mean, deep down inside, it's like, man, them things really look fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. More for just having fun. Like, it's not that practical, really, because if you have to go anywhere, you
like
gotta
long distance.
you gotta take highway in this.
Yeah.
But what was really funny though is watching your guys' videos when somebody was trying to run and start their bike and their kill switch was off, and
this kid,
that was hilarious.
Oh
that
my
was great.
Because we were recording before, and he was moving around my bike, and he pushed the kill switch. I start my bike. Is it good now?
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Times that you look down at your handlebars, like you wouldn't have saw that the kill switch is on.
Well, you didn't think of it.
See, and that's okay. So because I laughed as hard as I did at that, I will tell you this: the first bike that I had, my ZX9, we a bunch of us were riding, and we stopped at my parents' house, and then we left, got down the road, and I bumped my kill switch and didn't even realize it. And went to go from a light, and I snubbed it, and I clicked the freaking button, and I'm like, dude, my shit won't start. My buddy's looking at me going, you know, what the hell? I pushed it off the side of the road onto a side road. Like, what the fuck, dude? My bike won't start, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, it's just running. It should be fine and everything else. And we're trying to, you know, trying to start it. Didn't push start it at this point. He looks over at me and goes, look at your right hand. I look over and I go, oh my God. Like, really? I kill switched my fucking self.
Oh, I've done that. And it's just like, what the hell did I just do? And then it's like, oh yeah, I hit the kill switch.
I already have starting problems, so I mean, I don't know when it's actually not starting or kill switched. So if you kill switch me, it's basically killing me. Like, I can't start it. Like, if I'm sitting at a stoplight and I get kill switched, I'm done. Like, I
have to laugh though, man. I have to give it to you too, man. I have to give it to you too, because you guys make your dual vlog interesting. Because you don't know what the hell you guys are gonna say. You don't know what the hell you guys are gonna do. So I mean, it is actually funny watching you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I wish you guys would. Everybody, I wish I lived with a bunch of vloggers, you know, around my area, because it seems like everybody is in Green Bay.
Yeah.
It's like it's me and Johnny Moto, and Johnny Moto maybe lives an hour from me or something.
Oh,
so I mean, there's only, as far as I know, there's only 2 of us on this side of the state. Everybody is over in Green Bay. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's way better riding with other people, but then, you know, you do really stupid things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
It's so nice always riding and pretty much always talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because whenever I ride with somebody else that doesn't have a Senna or something, it's really odd.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It is, because I am the only one that has a Senna in the bunch of guys that I ride with. So it's always like, okay, I wish I could talk to these dudes instead of, you know, but hopefully one of these days they'll go out and buy something so we all can Bluetooth between each other. Mm-hmm. But you guys got like this connection. It's like you guys are like total. Your voices are different too. It's just like you know, it's you just don't know what to expect out of you two, and that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I watch everybody's videos when I can, and I don't always leave a comment. But watching you two, man, it's just hilarious.
Thanks.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time, so it's just like we're hanging out on bikes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, for anybody, for like any dual vloggers or any whatever, I think you guys would really get somewhere in YouTube. It's just you got to avoid all these. Now, I'm not going to say every single one of these top-notch vloggers out there, you know, are assholes or this or that, but there's a lot of them that are, and I don't respect a lot of them, you know, just because of how they think, choose, whatever. I mean, but that's them. But I think really, if you guys got your name out there and you guys came across the right vlogger that put you guys out there, you guys would get somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
Just getting out there, like all of you guys too. It's just hard to get your stuff, like to viewers.
It's the thing is with this is my 3rd YouTube channel that I've done with motovlogs. My 2nd one was I almost had like 800 subscribers, and when I think DeFobra talked about it, or was it ZJ Moto talked about it a while ago, about having all these people that were subscribed, but his viewer counts weren't matching up, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was having the same issue. I had all these subscribers, but nobody was watching my videos. So instead of sitting there bitching and complaining about it, I actually deleted everything. I was like, well, screw this, you know, I'm done, whatever. I deleted my account. Well, then I was just like, man, I really miss doing YouTube. So I started over again, you know, and it's one of them that you have to interact with other vloggers, and it might not happen right away, but the more they see you comment on things, the more they see your name floating around there, they will check you out. And if they like what they see, then they'll give you, you know, your the respect, you know, that they'll tell others about you, and then so on and so on and so on. But some won't do that. And it's whatever, but I mean, you got to respect the ones that do, and that's what I do. I respect those that want to help the next person out.
Yeah.
Ehart, I am gonna.
I literally look over and see it and just started laughing.
Ehart, I'm gonna stick my foot in your butt.
Oh, that's so good.
You know I love you, girl.
Your vids do not suck. Who are you kidding?
No.
Oh,
hey, I just got done watching one of Ehart's videos. I like Ehart, man. Me and her go a long ways. Regardless of what she wants to say, me and her go a long ways.
Did I just really hear back in Nam? Oh, geez.
Oh, what's up, Rev Nerd?
Holy shit, what's going on, buddy?
I see everybody's jumping in here now.
Yeah.
Let's bring Wisconsin and the Midwest on the map.
All right. But like, you know, like talking about that, I think I want to say somebody else did besides you, because I know that you made a video about, you know, if you're not going to interact with people, why even sub to them? You know, and it made me think about it. And I'm like, you know, I have a lot of things that I'm sub to that I don't ever really interact with.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of shit that I don't even watch. Like, now, don't get me wrong. Every motovlogger that I have in my sub list, I watch all of their shit at some point. It may take me a month to get to some of it, but I watch it.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that are just like, oh, well, cool. I found this person. I like this video. But then they don't watch another video by them, and they don't comment. They don't say anything about it. Like, I mean, am I going to sit here and say that if you don't watch all of my shit that you shouldn't sub to me? No, I'm not going to say that. If you like some of my stuff and, you know, some of the shit that I say and things like that, cool. You know, like, right. I'm thankful for where I'm at now. Like, I'm at, what, 125, I think? I don't even know. It's something like that. It's right around 125.
Yeah.
But I never expected to hit that. Like, now, granted, the first, like, 15-ish people that were subbed to me were actually friends. So, I mean, you know, that was cool. But the fact that more people, like, if I pick up a sub a week, I'm happy with it. And it doesn't bother me. Like, hey, cool. This person, you know, started watching my shit and they must like it. Cool. That's awesome.
Right.
But I'm not going to get a big head about it and say, oh, well, I can be the next Yummy or the next Walterific or Do It With Dan, you know, that just basically exploded in a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't
like, I'm not expecting anything like that. And, you know, I'm still going to be humble about it, you know, and say, if I had 100,000 subs, would I take that for granted? Fuck no, I wouldn't. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Rex.
What's up?
Send Rev and Ehart the link. I know Ehart said that she'll need like 10 minutes, but send it to her anyways.
All right.
And then when she can jump in.
Oh, my eyes hurt. I've been staring at a screen for about like 5 hours.
Dude, we gotta still play tonight.
I know, dude.
Wow, that took a whole lot of encouragement. You still gotta play tonight.
You gotta play beta, man.
What? No, you don't.
I sent you a message with my gamer tag, so both of you can add me.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Sick.
I'll probably go on, depending on if it actually wants to let me friggin' connect to a damn game, because I think we connected to me and a couple of guys I was playing with earlier. I think we actually got in like 2 games, and it was so laggy.
Oh, really?
All right, Rev,
that's pretty good.
You have a message on YouTube.
Infinite Warfare beta.
Yeah. Oh shit! What did I do?
I have no clue.
Damn it! No, I I didn't open a new fucking tab. God, you're dumb. Stupid. Give me my. There we go. Okay.
No, I don't have Battlefield there, Rev. I have a PS4 with only 2 games, and
I have
I'm barely
Battlefield
ever on it.
On PlayStation. It's tough. I'm not even gonna lie when I say it is tough. All right, and send a message. Paste there. All right, eHeart, you also have a message in there too.
But
God, this is so confusing.
I'm gonna shut my mic off real quick. I'm gonna go check on my boy and see how he's doing.
Sounds good.
I don't think so.
I drank that whole bottle of water.
Water.
Yeah, water.
Water. Gatorade.
Mm.
So, do you? All right, now, since you guys have supermotos and clearly not off-road tires, do you guys ride in winter at all?
No. Well, I mean, when there's
snow.
Yeah. If it's just cold, yeah, we'll ride. Like, we rode pretty dang early this year.
Yeah.
Like, what?
As soon as there wasn't snow on the roads, I was happy.
It was pretty dang cold, but I mean, we did it.
Oh, I know how that goes.
Yeah. Snow pants, like winter gloves over your gloves. Yeah.
Oh.
See, and and speaking of which, like the first time that I rode this year was with Cody and a couple other people, and I had a backpack, and I looked at the temperature. I'm like, oh, it's like 55 degrees. That'll be not bad. Walked outside. I'm like, it's a little cold. Walk back in the house, throw on a pair of like pajama warm pants, throw on my jeans over it, 2 hoodies, and my leather. And then I had a pair of like cold weather winter riding gloves that I bought from Team. And 10 minutes into it, I'm like, yeah, these gloves suck. Like, I'd be better off with some bulky, like winter gloves that, granted, I wouldn't be able to feel much, but.
Yeah, it's really weird, like shifting and stuff, and just like grabbing your brake, and it feels so weird.
We wear like huge snow boots.
So that's true.
So just to shift, I've like moved my foot over and then down.
You literally have to move your leg.
Yeah,
like you can't move your foot.
See, and I couldn't imagine that. Like, and as sad as it is to say, and anybody that's actually like paid attention or that's ridden with me knows that when it comes to that kind of gear, I very hardcore squid. Like, I wear a pair of Etnies or DCs.
Yeah.
Which is so terrible because I don't tie them. Like, they are set up so that I can slip them on, slip them off.
Jeez.
And the worst part is, you would have thought I would have learned when I got in my accident because I was wearing a pair of DCs and both of them flew off when I went in the air, but didn't sustain any foot problems. Like, no marks, no nothing. My legs, on the other hand, suffered pretty good.
Ooh.
But that'll happen when you're wearing shorts like an idiot.
Oh, you're wearing shorts?
Oh, yeah. I was wearing shorts and a T-shirt because... Well, this is... I'll explain the story. I haven't actually done a vlog about this, and I was going to, but you know what? I'll just do it now.
All right.
So basically, my my 94 ZX9 was the first bike I'd ever ridden in my entire life. Now, a 900cc Super Sport, probably not a good idea to have for a first bike.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Hey,
no, it's not.
My first bike ever was a 1998 R1.
So you were right about the same category I was.
Yep.
See, and now, I've gotten into discussions with people about it and everything else, and a lot of people were like, oh, that was really stupid. You should have got a 600. But the thing is, you compare an older carbureted 1000 or well 900,000, whatever. It's a leader bike. But you compare an older leader bike that's carbureted to a newer Super Sport 600. 600 will destroy it for 2-3 gears because it's instant gas. There's no waiting, no nothing. Hey, Rev's joining.
Oh yeah,
Rev join. Good afternoon.
What's good?
Good evening, I should say afternoon. 9 o'clock. After 9. Good God.
What's up, Rev?
Thanks for having me, guys. What's up?
Oh, no problem. Thanks for joining.
yeah.
But like the thing was, having a carbureted 900, it wasn't that bad because, I mean, it was a heavy ass bike. That thing was a freaking tank.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't like I'm a tiny guy. Like, again, I'm 6'2", 200, 210, so I'm not a small guy. But I honestly felt more comfortable on that bike and my current R1 than I did on my 600 that I bought. Like that, you could throw that 600 around all day long, but there was so much less weight and it just didn't feel good. I don't know why, but I loved that bike either way.
No, I feel the same way. For my R6, it felt way too light. I had to like crank up my damper just to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
See, and I never even really messed with any of that stuff, sadly. Like, I never really even had time. I only had that bike for a little over a year, and then I bought my R1.
I feel more comfortable on my R1 than I do my 600 RR.
Yeah.
So I guess it's easy because I'm like 6 foot, 200 and probably 210 pounds, and I need the heavier bike just feels more comfortable for me.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of touched on it a little bit I don't even know if I actually posted that. No, I didn't, because I talked about it in thousands, and I still have that video sitting on my desktop too. But like I kind of talked about at one point my mom, when she first started riding, now she doesn't ride anymore because she has a lot of foot and medical problems and shit like that. So she had to sell her bike this year, which
damn.
She was very. It took over a year before she finally sold it. Like, she finally decided in June this year, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it. I can't do it anymore. Like, you could tell that she was very depressed about it, which sucked. Like, seeing my mom get that depressed, like, I've never seen my mom like that. So it kind of hit hard real quick. And, but like, I kind of got to the point where I told her, I'm like, well, the thing is, at least you got to experience it for 5 years, and you didn't get in a major ad. Like, she put her bike down one day because the first bike it was her newer bike. She didn't realize how low the gas was, and she didn't have the reserve on at the time. So it started chugging, and she laid it down, just low-sided at like 10 miles an hour maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But it still shook her up a bit, which I understand that. I crashed my bike, which I'll get back into that story in a minute. But like, thankfully, she was only like 2 blocks away from work when it happened, and a bunch of people saw it happen. Got out of cars, came over, picked up the bike, brought it over to the side of the road, and asking her. She was okay and everything else. She was just, I had a couple bruises and some scrapes. That was it. Nothing major. But like, she was going to get right back on it and go home. And they're like, no, you need to sit down for a minute and, let yourself calm down and get all that adrenaline and shit, worked out and shit, which I understood exactly what they were saying when it happened.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, like, she, the first bike that she had after she took her MSF course was a Honda Shadow 750. And she rode that for a while, and she constantly said, I don't know, I don't really feel comfortable on it. Like, it didn't bother her, but she didn't really feel comfortable. And that ended up buying a 2007 VTX 1300 and said she felt completely different. Like, I mean, you're talking a bike that weighs almost double what that 750 did, but felt better on it. And that's now currently how I feel going from my ZX6 to my R1. And there's only a 30, 40-pound difference, but that makes a huge difference when you get into a bike that has almost double the displacement.
Yeah, and to me, it just feels better. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. And now, all right, now going back to my little crash. Now, what had happened is for about a week prior to my crash, I would try. There were days when I would try and go take it for work. I'd go out in my garage, open up the garage. It'd start right away, no problems. Next day, I'd go out there, and it would just turn over, wouldn't start. Finally, it got to the point where I completely killed the battery like 3 days later. All right, go buy a new battery. Had to charge it. Got home from work, waited till the next day, got up early, threw it on the charger, and waited a couple hours, let it charge up, threw it in, and it was one turnover and fired. So I was like, oh, sweet, it's running way better than it ever did. So I'm looking around, my helmet was in my garage. I grabbed a set of clears and threw them on, and I went, maybe I should just throw on a helmet. I put my helmet on my head, started clipping it, and I'm like, do I really need it? I'm like, I might as well just wear it. Pulled out of my garage, shut the door. I was like, I'll just go up the road, make sure it feels all right. Started riding down through the apartment complex and everything else. And it was night and day difference from when I had ridden it before. Like, this new battery just completely changed how it rode. I turned out of the apartment complex, and where I lived, now, the guys from BB Squad, you guys will probably know where I'm talking about. Shit, I'm trying to think of what the place is called. But when you go off of Oneida onto Hanson, up the road over the highway.
I have no clue.
Well, I know you won't, Liquid.
I don't think we recognize that.
No, you guys won't. BB Squad might, because they're from Green Bay. I
don't know roads. I just know things around the road.
Applebee's on the west side.
Applebee's. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love how you're shaking your head. No, you're like, oh, okay. No, he has no clue. But anyways, you pull out of my apartment complex and you're going up a hill, and there's a T intersection on the top of the hill. Now, mind you, coming towards my apartments, you could see the entire way down the hill. So I pull out and I crack on it a little bit. I'm doing, I don't know, I think I was doing like 45 before I let off. Now, I'm coming up to this T intersection. There's a car next to me going to be turning right. Now, this is basically like a 1.5 lane road. 3.5 or 3 lane road, basically. The car on the right starts turning, and I'm still going. And mind you, this is broad daylight, 2:45 in the afternoon, and I'm on a lime green Kawasaki Ninja. I'm coming to this intersection, and I'm 20, 30 feet from the intersection itself, and a brand new SUV starts turning the corner right in front of me. I had nowhere to go. Like, I turn right, I'm hitting the car next to me. I go left, I'm in oncoming traffic. So I grab the front brake, grab the clutch, hit the back brake. I'm like 2 feet from it and blacked out. And the next thing I know, I'm laying 100 feet down the road, staring at the sky, can't breathe.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, I catch my breath. I haven't moved at all yet. And a guy runs up to me. And the first things out of his mouth are, "Don't move. I'm an off-duty first responder."
No.
Wait, what? Are you serious? This is the luck that I get a fucking first responder that happened to you right there. So he kneels down, puts his knees between my head so I can't move my head and anything else. And he goes, "Oh, can you wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes?" He goes, "Don't try and move your right hand. I can tell you're not going to be able to do it." Okay, so I do all that, and he goes, "Can you tell me your name?" Tell him that. He goes, "Can you tell me your address?" Tell him that. "Tell me your phone number." Tell him that. It's like, okay, good. At least I know that you don't have any brain damage. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, then, like, other people have all gotten out of cars by this point. One lady comes up and goes, "Do you need me to call somebody?" Blah, blah, blah. Give her my phone. stupid lock on an iPhone. I had to explain how to unlock that. I'm like, God, really? Good thing that I don't have brain damage right now because I'd be fucked.
Thank God you're not bleeding out, right?
Oh, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get through all that. I explain, I'm like, go through the contacts, blah, blah, call this number. Calls it. And she goes, it rang once, went to voicemail. And I'm like, well, that's weird. My mom's phone never rings once, it goes to voicemail. Tell her to try it again. Same thing. I'm like, all right, go back into contacts, call this person. So she calls my stepdad, who was just getting done with work. And now, mind you, he works for the city of Green Bay. So he was 5 blocks away from where they live. Now, this is all what I was told by my parents and my brother and everybody else, is that apparently my stepdad ran the entire way home, broke through, well, didn't really break through, but broke through the back door, ran through the kitchen and said, why the fuck aren't you answering your phone? To my mom's response, it's dead. I was charging it. His next response was, yeah, well, your kid just wrecked his fucking motorcycle.
That's nice.
Freaking my mom out.
Now mind you, this,
she was freaking out. And now, mind you, this was the second time and second kid. Now it's just me and my brother and my family. This was the second time that she has gotten a call like that. The first time, my brother rolled his Ford Explorer when he was like 21.
Oh, wow.
And ended up getting ambulance to like shattered leg, shattered arm, hairline fracture in his spine, like whole bunch of shit. Like he got thrown out of the Explorer, and this was middle of winter. So it was bad. So, she's automatically freaking out because my stepdad had no idea how bad it was. So he just assumed the worst. They ended up taking me to the hospital, and I ended up having a shattered thumb. I tore the tendons in my right thumb, tore them off the bone. I had some shoulder issues that they never even really figured out what was wrong. A mild concussion, a lung contusion, and because I was an idiot and had no gear on and shorts on, I had road rash from the top of my ankle to just below my hip on my left leg, and I tore open my right knee so badly that you could actually see my kneecap.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that before.
It was pretty gruesome from what everybody said. Hey, Johnny Moto is in here. What's going on, buddy? Fuck, I don't want to go to work.
What's up, honey?
But yeah, that was a long 3-month recovery of basically no working, no video games, no leaving my apartment, no doing nothing.
On the couch, please.
That's the worst. You can't even play a game.
Yeah,
Nope.
That sounds awful.
All because I couldn't do anything with my thumb. And of course, I was an idiot and didn't realize, hey, you could have played racing games because you only need a trigger finger.
Yeah.
Or go keyboard and mouse.
Oh, I could have done that, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. But yeah, that was the one time that I went down, and I've said that I have hate for people and I've wished things on people, but I would never wish that kind of pain on anybody in my entire life, because the worst part of it was when I got released 4 hours later, which was nice because I basically walked out. I survived being thrown off a motorcycle 100 feet down the road.
Yeah, geez.
But having a shattered thumb wasn't even the worst part of it. It was the road rash was so bad. It was just blood and open wound. And basically that was the worst part of it. I couldn't sleep in my bed because my back hurt so much. I had to sleep on my couch. And to get off my couch to go 20 feet to my bathroom took me 15 minutes because it felt like somebody was just tearing the skin right off my leg.
How about when it was scabbing up?
Oh, that was even worse because then it felt like it was just tearing it apart every time I tried to move.
I have to say I can't really imagine what a motorcycle accident would be like. It would have to suck. But there are times when I first you know, in my period of beginning to ride, after I got rid of the 98 R1, I had a 2001 R1. And I was out riding one day in nothing but a tank top, shorts, you know, straight squidding it, whatever. You know, I didn't know no better back then. I was being dumb. But I'm surprised, and knock on wood, that I have never dumped, never been in a motorcycle accident, nothing. And just seeing, you know, hearing stories and seeing pictures of people that have been, I'm glad that I've always been that, you know, kind of safe, I guess you'd say, even though I wasn't wearing safety gear. But now, after seeing a really good friend of mine dump their bike and get in a really bad accident, since then, I quit riding for 7 years. And when I started riding again, I always made sure I had my gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well
I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure we've all been through that stage where, well, I ain't got to wear gear today, you know, blah, 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 blah. But, you know what, because I went through it. And just knowing that what could have happened if something happened, man, I don't know. I feel the pain of everybody else, even though I don't know exactly how they feel.
Yeah. Well, and seeing, and here's another thing that I bring up quite a bit too, you know, and I couldn't imagine what she went through, but like I bring up to people all the time that ride on the back of sport bikes that are in short shorts and a t-shirt and no lid and everything else, and I go, have you ever heard of a chick named Brittany Morrow? No, never heard of her. I'm like, go look her up just go to Google and look her up. Just Google image her name.
Oh yeah, the one with the road rash.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That went down at like 100 miles an hour and spent like months in ICU and shit. Like, like the road rash that I had, like, you know, like it was bad, and I couldn't imagine that.
There was pictures of her nails just shaved away and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched that video of hers.
Oh.
I watched that video she did where she talked about that, and I was like, holy cow. I mean, and then you realize that all these people out, and you see these other ones where that accident happened, where the dude had the chick on the back of his bike, thought that he was going to beat this yellow light.
And smashed in the car, yeah.
Yeah, and the chick lost her leg or something, or lost her foot or something. It's like, really? I mean, you really have to be that stupid on a bike knowing that, you know, you're going to be running a red light and something bad is going to happen. I mean, don't people realize some of this stuff?
Yeah, I had a friend that she was in the back of a bike and they got in an accident. She was wearing Converse and skinny jeans.
Oh.
She has a scar from her, like a hip all the way below her knee. And it took her like 4 years just to be able to walk.
Oh, I believe that.
I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong, and I really hate to say this because I don't wish nothing on nobody. I don't care if I don't like the people or not. I don't wish it on anybody. That sometimes people have to learn the hard way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And sadly, I can say I was one of those people. And now here's the worst part about it. The chick that I dated after I got my ZX6, her parents were like diehard Harley people. Now, granted, but the thing is though, her dad
opposite.
Yeah, exactly. It was complete opposite. But her dad was cool about it. Like, he didn't have a problem with me. He didn't have a problem with the fact that I rode sport bike. Like, I went out cruising with him a couple times on my bike next to a fucking road glide, or not a road glide, ultra classic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hi.
What?
I see somebody in the background. Hello.
I think 8. I don't know.
You see somebody in the background.
Yeah. He's gone.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to go.
Who's that?
I'm guessing a mom. I'm guessing one of the moms.
Whose mom?
I don't know whose house they're at. Or else I would guess. It's one of them.
I want to guess the one on the left. That's his mom.
Could be. I would think so.
No, probably not.
Before you go to bed.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys getting in trouble?
Uh-oh.
I didn't do it.
I like how he's laughing too. He's like,
"Hi, Mom." Don't yell at the boys, Mom. That's not nice. The one's got his head down, like
he's like, oh shit.
Exactly.
But like the sad thing is, like, you know,
yeah,
I got my accident, you know, and I strongly think the only thing that saved my life was the fact that I was wearing a helmet, because I'm pretty sure that I bounced my head out the side of that SUV when I went through.
What helmet you were wearing?
I was wearing an HJC.
Oh, they're heavy, but they do the job sometimes.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, like, so many people are like, "Oh, HGCs are junk, they're crap, they're cheap." No, they're cheap, but they work. Clearly, they work, because I went down and flew 100 yards through or 100 feet through the air. So clearly, I didn't die, and it wasn't cracked open.
Hey, wait! You cannot say HJCs are junk, because if I remember right, HJC either makes or designs the Icon helmets.
I think they're a partial maker. I think like they use the same shells.
Yeah. So I mean, I have 2 HJC helmets in my closet. So.
Oh yeah, it's you know, they're just heavy, but they do the job, and I'll definitely recommend them compared to other ones.
I would recommend HJC better than a Walmart helmet.
Oh, it's better. Yeah, better than a half helmet.
Yeah.
Is he in trouble? Did he get in trouble?
He's smiling. He's like, "Yo, you got in trouble."
He set him up.
Yeah.
Did he mute us or something? He must have muted us.
Yeah.
Did you mute us?
No, I just muted the mic.
Is he in trouble?
No, he isn't. I don't know what they're doing.
He's getting a spanking.
Not the face, Mom. Not the face.
Not the belt.
I'll show you. I'm on YouTube right now. I'll show that you abuse me.
It'll all be up tomorrow. But anyways, no. But yeah, you'd have thought that, you know, I would think about it and shit and be like, yeah, I should never not wear a helmet ever again. Yeah, for like 3 months, I didn't wear a helmet at all.
Hey, it took
I was
me
an idiot.
a good friend getting an accident to start wearing my gear.
One thing I do gotta start doing is, like, I think I should buy some riding pants.
You know what? I have to do that too, because I don't have any. I wear jeans.
Yeah,
me
I wear
too.
jeans as well.
I use riding shoes. I got tired of messing up uptowns.
Yeah. I do have riding boots, but I took them over to I used them 4-wheeling with me one day, so they're all full of mud right now. So
They just did like that.
yeah.
See, you know, and speaking of riding boots, well, when I started buying all my gear for doing a track day last year, this year, which I never ended up doing, I was like, oh, well, I started looking through boots and everything else, and I'm like, oh, well, I really like the fucking Cities.
Oh, I
like
love
super
Cities.
nice. So what do? I buy the top of the line Cities, $500. You know how many times I've worn them?
Twice.
Once. In my house, in my apartment. I haven't worn them on the bike. But
Hey,
like,
do you want to get rid of them tomorrow then too?
no, those I am not getting rid of. But like the thing is with those though is like basically unless I'm going on like a hard ride, and I mean like hard, if I know that I'm going to push myself or I'm doing a track day are the only times I wear them, because I have such wide ass feet, and because I have such high arches in my feet, it hurts because they're not wide. And that's why I like skate shoes so much, because they're so much wider than normal shoes.
Yeah, skate shoes are definitely comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's basically all I wear except for at work, because
Especially with shifters, like the shifter, since it's like, the tongue is like thick.
Yeah.
I have to admit, riding in just regular shoes is more comfortable, but how much protection do you really have there?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ice, you have like a crazy amount of shoes, anyways, man.
yeah, I know, right?
I'm surprised you don't have like shoes for days for freaking boots.
I probably have I have a pair of shoes for every day of the week and more, but
Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up because I watched I watched Chase's video earlier today about it. Impressions of the Hero 5. Now,
sorry. I haven't watched it.
Now here's my I'm just wondering everybody else's impressions. Like I've watched Baker X Derek's stuff about it, and it looks good on paper. Now my problem with it is, and I kind of understand one aspect of why you can't do it, but the fact that it has Bluetooth on it and you can't connect it to a headset disturbs me. No, you cannot pair it to a headset at all, which disturbs me a lot that you would put Bluetooth into a camera, especially a $500 camera, and not let it connect.
It's not $500. It's only like 300 and something.
Oh, it's like 400.
$499.
I'm gonna look right now on BestBuy.com.
I thought the Hero 5 was like 300 and something.
Oh,
the session
is 300.
Okay, don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling. Stop yelling. Action cameras. I'm actually curious now to find out exactly how much it is. Okay, it's 400. Sorry, it's 400 for the Hero 5 4K. And it's
I told you.
And it's
300
for the Hero 5 session. But now the other thing with it too is like everybody's like, oh, praise it because it shoots in 4K and everything else. It only shoots at 30 frames a second in 4K, so that's really not that great.
Okay, and the Hero 4 Black shoots in 4K.
It does the exact same dimensions.
4K.
Yeah, which that's why it's like you're not really getting anything up on it, and you can get a Hero 4 Black 4K for $350.
I love you.
And my other thing is too. Now, obviously, you obviously know, Liquid, that I'm a very much Senna person now because I love the Senna Prism.
Hey, if I had the money, I'd buy a Prism too.
And the thing is,
what is that? The 360?
What's that?
The Prism?
Yeah, I love the Prism. No lie, I swear by it now. The fact that, especially if people that aren't into motovlogging that want to get into it, it's dummy proof. Like all you need is a Senna and then a Senna Prism, and you can record and have it all linked. And where the hell is that?
And for the price that you can buy the Senna and the Senna Prism, I mean, you can get both of them for the same price of a freaking brand new GoPro.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly it.
That is true.
Well, the thing is, right now, I wonder if they're still doing the deal on it. Nope, they stopped doing the deal.
Yeah, I see it for like about 170.
Well, Revzilla last week, was it last week or was it the week before?
I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Like 2 weeks ago, they were running a special on it for $155. So you could essentially buy two of them and still have $50 left over versus buying a GoPro.
Okay. $50 for food.
Or gas. One of the two.
You want to say hi?
No.
No.
I'm still trying to get her to say hi.
No.
I'll be right back. She wants something to drink.
But I mean, I like what GoPro's doing, but you can't use the backpack like you could with the Hero 3, Hero 4. So you're already limited there. So you either have to get a USB mic for it, or whatever it uses, the micro HD or whatever it is, or you're basically just screwed. That's why I don't understand. Why are you putting all this technology into it that you can't use?
And removing some of it.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they're in some weird transitional stage right now where the technology is they couldn't really improve that much on the 4.
Yeah.
And so they're just trying to they're coming up with stuff, and for the average GoPro user, they're trying to make it easier. So
and I'm okay with that.
Gimmicky.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are buying GoPros and stuff now are people that aren't going to do stuff like we're doing. They're not going to be motovlogging. They're not going to be doing action, stuff like that. They're using it just for, vacation. Fun and vacation or stuff like that, which that's cool.
But that's why they have the session, I think.
Exactly. And that's what I think it should be. You have the session, which is literally one button. That's all it is. You push the button, it records. Done. And you have voice commands for it now, too.
That sounds still too difficult for me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I wanted to read my mind.
Right.
Read my mind.
Have you guys seen? Have you guys seen the Ghost 4K?
No, I haven't seen anything from the Ghost at all. Like I've heard that they're doing a lot of different things with it.
I don't even know what the Ghost is.
Oh, from Drift.
Oh, okay. I used to have a Drift camera, but it wasn't one of the Ghost editions.
Oh no, me too. My Drift. I use a Drift, but I basically like made a freaking mic for it. So.
But
yeah, man.
But let me touch on, since I had to leave real quick. Let me touch on this Hero 5 thing. I think it's junk. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the same. Go for.
It's the same camera as the Hero 4, except for you get to talk to it for it to tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else that they added to it's gonna freaking eat up your battery life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't hook a mic to it. You can't. You can't.
Well, no, you can hook a mic to it. It's got a spot for it.
Oh, okay, but I mean, it's pointless. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, why upgrade to a 5 when anybody that has the Hero 3 or the Hero 4 already has everything for it? Mm. You're just going out and having to buy all new stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like the like when Apple had the iPhone 5, then they had the iPhone 5S, and you're like, well, why would I even get the 5S? All it has is it can read my fingerprints now. You know,
yeah, greed.
It's kind of like
it's that greed life.
Yeah. So I have the Hero 4 Silver, and I love that thing. Even though once in a while it pisses me off, but I mean, I love it.
I say that the best part about it is, hey, those people that want the 5, you just buy a 4 for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for somebody that wants the Hero 5 for like an extra camera, I think they might as well just buy a session.
Oh no, 100% with that. I feel like that.
And that's exactly like, well, I know, Rev, I heard you. I think I heard you correctly say that you didn't see Chase's video yet about it, but he basically said that he's like, if you want a secondary like B camera, buy a session. There's no point in buying the Hero 5. Like he even brought his Hero 5 back. Like he's like, there's no point in me having it. I'm returning it. Yeah. So, I kind of agree.
No, 100%, and especially like he does know his shit with cameras.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, that's all that guy does is test out everything for cameras.
Yes, he does. When he says, I'm like, I believe it. I believe it.
I mean, I've been watching Chase off and on, since I started this YouTube thing, but it took until recently for me to actually respect him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have a lot of respect for him now because he does know what he's talking about. He's not gonna steer you to some junk. Mm-hmm. And it's all stuff that you want to know.
Yeah.
He's not a sellout. That's why he keeps his he just does what he does. So
yeah, and I mean, I don't even really want to get into the topic at all because it's sad that, and I'm not going to name names on my opinions or anything like that, but there's so many bigger motovloggers that like I understand where they want to go with it and everything else once they start getting bigger, but there's a point when you have to realize that you are straight up selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I will actually say this: like Downshift is one of the very few that I've ever watched over the last 5 years that has never once sold out.
Oh,
like he hasn't. He hasn't. Like he even says he's like, I'm an asshole. You don't like it? Fuck off. I really don't care.
But you have to understand. You want to know why? For all the big motovloggers out there, Downey gets the most respect out of me, is because he's not giving up his actual daytime job to try to do YouTube full time.
Yep.
He says what's on his mind. He does what he wants to do. If you don't like it, too damn bad.
Yeah.
I have to give him the utmost respect because he's not trying to quit his everyday job to do YouTube. to think that he's going to make some kind of $1 million out of YouTube. He still has his everyday regular life that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he does his thing. He's a good business person, promotions, everything.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody out there, I mean, I have my respect for a lot of motovloggers, but Downshift has my utmost respect because he is not a sellout.
Yeah.
And I don't care. And anybody can say that I'm riding his nuts, that I'm a fanboy. No, it's not. I've actually talked to the guy in private messages. I've talked to him on the phone.
It's probably cool as fuck.
And dude is laid back. You know, he's just awesome. I mean, he if ever I had, a question, he gave me the best advice he could. You know, he was willing to help out. You know, I tried messaging other bigger YouTubers, and it's like they don't even want to talk to you.
No, they won't give you the time of the day
unless you break 100, right?
Right.
That's the rule.
I mean, we're all in the same community, so I mean, I understand everybody has their cliques. Okay, fine, whatever. But I mean, if you want to ask somebody something, don't act like you're better than them. I mean, okay, because you have more subs than I do, you're better than me? Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, we all have to start somewhere. Did they forget that?
Exactly. Well, and I know that we won't get too much into this about it, but you're gonna Liquid will understand where I'm going with this and why I'm saying this. But,
I've been in Hangouts, I know where it's going.
But like a little known, well, not little known, very known, a 6 foot, like he's even said in one of the last vlogs that I watched of his, anyways, which was a while ago, that he was on his 5th YouTube channel. Like, I'm sorry, but let me tell you, I don't have the time or the patience to go 5 different times with 5 different styles to make it. Like,
okay, whatever. I will be the first to admit, and I don't care if anybody takes it right back to him. Dude is a bitch. I do not like 6'4" Honda for anything. The motherfucker can't rap. For one. For 2, he wanted to be a cop. For 3,
I didn't know that.
He wants to. He sweats Eminem's nuts like he wants to be his bitch or something. I mean, I don't care how big the dude is. I don't care how many people like him. I don't care how much bullshit talk people are going to say to me. I do not like that dude.
I see. You don't really give a fuck about anybody, so you just keep it real.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I don't want to put, I don't try to put people out there like that, but some about that dude just rubs me wrong. And I do not like that guy.
It's like that moment when you walk into like a bar and you just look at that person, you're like, no. If he says anything, it's over.
Yep. Yeah. Because I will admit when he first came out, I don't know if it was when he first came out or when I actually, maybe a few years ago when I first heard of him. Okay, I bought his shirt. I bought a couple stickers from him. I tried talking to him, and it's like nothing. He's fucking repping everybody else that has a shirt on, has a sticker of his, throwing their, this, that, and never once did I see anything from me when I bought his shirt, bought his stickers, tried talking to him. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I don't play that shit. You want to be civil with me? I'll be civil with you. If you don't want to talk to me, I won't talk to you. But something about that dude just rubs me wrong.
Yeah, and that's totally understandable. And going back to talking about Downey, like look at him when he hit 100K. Like he's like, it took me 8 years.
Yeah,
like a dude's still humble as fuck about it. Like
I'm just gonna guess here. You want to know why it took Downey 8 years? Because he didn't give up his everyday life for YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he does his thing, and he puts up whenever he can.
Yeah. So
that's exactly it.
I have the utmost respect for a lot of people. I mean, we're all trying to see what we can do here on YouTube. I get that, okay? But if you want to think that you're just gonna all of a sudden be somebody, and then when you're actually somebody, act like an asshole or a jerk.
Yeah.
I don't got time for that.
What do you mean? I'm selling out quick when I break 100. I'm like that liquid ice guy. F him. He didn't do shit for my ass.
Right. I'll make a video about myself. I don't care.
See, and going back to like people selling out and shit like that. Like Downey's one of those guys. He never sold out. A lot of people haven't heard of him. I know most of you guys probably have. ZJ Motovlogs. I love that guy. He's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Like never sold out. Like he was hovering at like 30,000 for well over a year. Yeah. And he's up in the 90s now. DeFobra. The last time I looked, he was under 9K. Like this dude's been doing that for years. And he gets no fucking recognition whatsoever. And he's probably one of the best motovloggers that I follow.
You want to know what I think it is? And this is just my opinion again. Sorry. But it's because we live in the northern states. We only have so many months that we're able to ride. So it's not like we can do this year round.
I don't know about you guys, but it's already getting cold over here.
Oh, it's getting cold over here too, bro.
It's hold on, let me look. It's 40 degrees in Green Bay.
Okay, you win.
It's cold.
Go blue.
So I mean, for us that live up north, where we get the cold weather, where we get the snow, we can't, unless we have something else that we can do during our winter times. I mean, I don't really. I mean, I see channels going somewhere, but not like they would if we lived in like California, Texas, Florida.
Oh yeah.
I mean, where they can do it all year round.
Yeah. And that's why if you have a lot of like motovlogs up on your channel, and then like for around here, then it gets to winter. Now you're running out of things to post, so you try to do other things, but that's not motovlogging. Then your channel just kind of becomes unfocused in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just some people stop. They don't want to watch, or if they come to see your channel and they see that's not all motovlogs. Some people they kind of like.
Yeah, they don't like that, and they just like, well, screw this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is. That's why all of a sudden, T-Rex decided doing this hangout type stuff. Now it gives us something to do during the wintertime.
Oh, exactly. And I didn't want to I didn't want to jump off, and be like, oh well. Like this person does hangouts and this person does hangouts, and shit like that. Like, I didn't want to be that guy, but I'm like, well, we need to do something because, a lot of us are going to go fucking crazy. And if we can't talk about bikes and shit, well, we're really going to go fucking crazy.
Usually the winter, I just walk up to my bike and just look at it sometimes.
You want to know what I'm going to do this winter? When my bikes are put away in storage, I'm going to put a big ass TV in front of my bikes so I can sit on one of them and watch like a country road view, and I can pretend I'm riding, and I'm gonna have a fan set up blowing on my face, so it feels like I'm actually riding.
You know what? I'm about to make a vlog and do a virtual reality setup and pretend I'm riding with VR and everything.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it sucks. I mean, anybody that lives up in the north, we all know that okay, you can be stupid and ride during the winter, or you can
that salt.
Right, or you can just suck it up like a lot of us and just go through parked motorcycle syndrome and
just go pick up something else to do.
Yep. I look at it like I was telling T-Rex the other day when I talked to him on the phone. I mean, we put our bikes away. We spend more time at work, so we have more money to spend on our bikes.
Yeah, then once tax return season comes, it goes away really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That ain't the truth. Thankfully, most of my shit's done. Hey, you done getting yelled at now?
No, I had to print off a ticket for my ACT thing, but, my printer's out of ink. So I need to go to school very early and print it off in the library.
Oh.
You better get some coffee or some soda or something. Pull an all-nighter if you're gonna be playing games all night too.
Cocaine works. Cocaine works.
Cocaine works. I am not endorsing cocaine. It's not a viable use.
Hey, there's a better form of that. You just go down to the gas station, get a couple Monsters or Red Bulls. You'll be good to go.
Well, I was planning on it.
We'll be charged up in no time.
Yes. So I have a question for BB Squad.
Yeah.
For the both of you, what made you two decide that you wanted to do the dual vlog thing instead of the single?
Well, I don't know. We wanted to do YouTube since
we were very small.
Yeah.
But this is what. So we would always watch motovlogs and stuff, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, we should do this." He's like, "Yeah, nobody's gonna watch us." I'm like, "So like you just like because he had the GoPro, I didn't have a GoPro at all, so I was like, just wear the GoPro, record your audio, send it all to me, and I'll just edit everything. You don't have to do anything." He's like, "Okay, fine." So then we did that, and then when people like actually started watching, he's like, "Okay, I guess we can do this."
Fine, I'll do some work.
Yeah.
Because like you put so much time into it, and then you kind of want like.
You know, I have to give it to you guys too, because I'm still trying to figure out how to do some badass editings, and you guys got some little twists in there. It's like how do people do this?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to do like an intro type thing.
Yeah.
And I've been doing YouTube and editing videos for quite a few years.
For one of those pre-made shits, making life easy.
Yeah.
Our first setup was that was rickety right there.
Our like first like mics and yeah, we would record it with our phones, which was crap audio. We'd sync it together and then sync it with GoPro too. It sounded like potato.
Yeah, it was good.
So you got this shit done. That's what matters.
Straight up potato camera and audio.
Yeah. They taped their phones to their helmets.
Hey, if it works, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
right. And now look at them. They got the new iPhone 7s or whatever they are as cameras.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be hating on the iPhone 7. I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and I fucking love it.
Wait, what headphone jack? What?
Yeah, you have a headphone jack on that thing?
Actually, I do. I do.
Oh, wait, no, you have the wireless headphones.
No, fuck that. I wasn't paying $150 for that. Shit, I got priorities over that.
Right.
No, here's the misconception with the iPhone 7. Is everybody was like, oh, it doesn't have a headphone jack. You can't use other headphones, blah, blah, blah. It comes with an adapter with it.
Yeah.
For free with it. So you can still use it. You can still use an aux cord and everything else. So like everybody that was freaking out about it was like, I just didn't understand why they were freaking out. And they've already come up with a charging solution and listening to it at the same time too. They have a dual port plug that goes into the bottom of it. So they've literally already figured that out, and they're barely over a month into selling them.
Freaking Apple. But Apple didn't even do it. Some random person did it.
Oh yeah. That was straight up third party.
Apple's like, no, you don't need it. Okay.
but seeing that, all right. I'm a very diehard Apple person. I have.
You are, man?
I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone 7
Apple
Plus.
tomorrow.
I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and I own an iMac. Like all my editing is through my iMac. But now, in my defense, Final Cut Pro is arguably the best editing software you can get. Period.
Bull crap! My Windows program is the best.
Wow, Adobe Premiere.
Windows Movie Maker.
I'm kidding.
I've heard bad things about Adobe Premium.
Listen, Adobe Premiere, when you have SLI 980 Ti's, renders the best.
Oh yeah.
I ain't
you're
got that
talking.
I don't have that kind of money, so
yeah, that's a lot of money right there.
Renders like a boss.
We know what kind of job things you're up to there, nerd, because you got the freaking 3D printer thing going and this and that.
No, did it?
Huh?
That's awesome. You go with 3D printer?
Yeah.
That's fucking baller.
Just
he's got to be selling something though for that stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, if I don't get caught, it's legal, right?
Right.
That's true. Same thing about wheelies. You don't get caught. It's not illegal.
Hey, I think I'm gonna make a video running for president.
No.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna legalize wheelies.
You know what? Why don't they just legalize it? If you fuck up, it's your fault. That's it.
That's how I see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You crash, your bike hits something, you pay for damages.
I mean, do you see him pulling over a guy on a little GT or a Haro that's doing wheelies down the street? No, come on. So, I mean, why can't we?
Listen, if a cop's trying to pull over someone that is doing wheelies, you don't think they'll run?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, depending on the person.
You ain't worried about fucking getting pulled over. You're taking off.
Shit.
I wouldn't.
I know people that ran for less.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cop would just be looking at them and they just take off for no reason.
Yeah. I actually... Speaking of getting pulled over,
he never put anybody in danger, Ehart. You should know that. We're bikers. We don't ever do anything wrong.
No, never. But speaking of getting pulled over, so last year there was 4 of us on bikes and 4 guys in a souped-up import cars, all going down to the track down by us, and we're just cruising along on the highway. We were having fun. We were messing around. We were, the 4 of us on the bikes were screwing around with each other, and we were, screwing around, flipping our buddies off that were in the cars and everything else. Well, apparently, we get off on the exit we needed to take to go through the town to get to the track. Well, apparently, numerous is what I was told by the cop that ended up pulling me over because I was like, I'll take it. I have insurance. I'm legal. I'm good. Some of the guys didn't have insurance. So I'm like, just let them pull me over. I don't give a fuck. I have insurance. I have a license. I'm good. Pull over. Now, mind you, we're coming through the town. 1 cop pulls behind. Okay. Cool. All right. So then all of a sudden, we're going down the road. We see another cop come past us, flips around, comes behind the second cop. I'm like, oh, cool. This is really not turning out good at all. We get up to the roundabout right before we're coming up to the turn. A 3rd cop turns and comes behind us, and I'm like, well, this isn't good. I'm going to jail. Somebody's going to jail right now.
There's them sexy legs. Oh, sorry.
Wow, well then.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I got a mind who
So the cop turns on his lights. I'm like, all right, I'll pull over, whatever, no big deal. Pull off, and now it's all gravel, so I pull halfway off so I can put the kickstand down. I get off the bike. All 3 cops get out of the cars. I hear the first cop go, hey, you don't have a gun on you like the other 2 buddies, do you? I lift up my jacket. Nope, I don't.
Oh, my God.
Well, 2 of my buddies had guns on their side. They weren't concealed or anything. They were fully out. Comes up, starts talking to me. He goes, yeah, we got numerous reports of 4 guys on bikes. And I go, well, that was the 4 of us that were doing high rates of speed, and they were tormenting a bunch of people in cars. And I just started laughing. I go, oh my God. Well, that was the 4 of us on bikes. And then all of a sudden, all 4 of the cars that were with us go by, and I go, those were the 4 guys we were messing around with. And he goes, oh, the first cop goes, oh, I'm guessing that y'all are friends. I'm like, yeah, we are. We're just going down the track to do some racing and stuff. He goes, all right. Cop takes my license and everything. The other 2 cops come up. We just start bullshitting about bikes and guns and everything else. Cop comes back up. He goes, all right, you're free to go. He goes, normally we wouldn't even have stopped any of you guys. But we had like 4 or 5 calls about it, so we had to stop one of you and find out what was going on. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I told them all to go ahead because I was all legal. All right, well, have a good night.
Speaking of getting pulled over, if I remember right, wasn't it BB Squad that had the wheelie incident and had to get pulled over?
Yeah, that was one of our friends' videos that he had us post it.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he admit to it? Didn't the one dude admit to it? Because his buddy was like the one that was getting in trouble. And he's like, no, it was me.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see a video from Ehart where she's doing wheelies.
No response.
No.
Stood up.
She might have us muted again.
Maybe. Very possible.
Ehart.
I think asleep too.
No, maybe.
She likes to join and then just mute herself.
Mute myself. My little wanted something from me.
Oh, okay. But when are you gonna start doing videos with wheelies?
Why do you laugh at that?
Oh,
Because you're doubtful? Is that why you're laughing?
No. Because I think I have seen a video of yours where you're doing a wheelie like on a dirt bike or something.
Yes.
But I'm talking about on your mountain bike.
On my mountain bike. Is that what you're calling Jixers these days?
better than what I was saying. I'll say a scooter, but hey.
Oh, come on.
R1 and I'll ride it all day long.
Okay, you can ride it all day long if you want.
One of his.
I'm sorry, I got confused.
Hey, hold on. Hey, at least I can say this now. At least Jixer isn't the last one in line anymore in the redheaded stepchild. Now Honda has taken that place.
Has it really?
Wait. Have you seen the new 2017 CBR 1000?
It's a disappointment. It's still only 170 horsepower. It's pathetic.
But you have to look at it like this though. They shedded weight, which helps.
Nah.
They came out with the better technology in them. They have a quick shift up and down.
Nah.
So I mean, I'm not giving all props to Honda, but I have to give them some because they are trying to compete.
See, but I think they're trying too hard. That's the problem. Like, I have nothing against Honda personally. It's just I wouldn't ever own a Honda personally, but they're trying too hard to compete in the super sport class that is ruled by Kawi, Yamaha, and BMW.
Well, they have to because you got to look at it. For how many years did they just say, well, this is what we're going to do, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, and never put any of that stuff into their bikes? Well, yeah. Kawasaki did, Yamaha did, blah, 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 and they just were bland. And now all of a sudden, 2017, they're coming out they're punching you in the face with this.
Oh yeah.
So I mean they're trying to step up. They're trying to reclaim something here. So I have to give them props for that. But I also have to give Jixers a prop too because this new 2017 1000 looks pretty badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Jixer does look badass.
Yeah. So E-Heart with you and your Jixers, and yes, I know I like to make fun of your Jixer, but it's all just fun and game because I actually like this new 1000 they're coming out with.
Yeah, I had to actually admit it today to one of my friends that is a Jixer fan.
Yep.
See, here's my only thing with the Jixers is the 750 and the 1000 are literally identical. There's no difference between the two.
Yeah. No, actually, the 750 and I think the 600 is almost identical.
Well, I knew it was something like that, but you got to have some difference. I mean, like you look at every other sport bike. Their leader, their big boy, and their little baby brother are all different.
Well, yeah.
Not more because look at the R1 and
R1
the
R6
R6
and R6. Yeah, I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah.
But
you could tell if it's an R6.
Oh yeah.
It just looks like a little version of
a micro mini version of the R1.
It is a baby R1. All things excluded, it's a baby R1.
Yeah. Except for they just
bad to style the 600 after its bigger brother, shall we say?
I don't think at first I was totally dogging on it. But now that I look at it with how Yamaha is, why wouldn't they want to?
Well, right, because I heard a lot of people dogging on it when it first came out, and it's like, why is that a bad thing? I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing.
I did personally because the body.
You want to be distinguished from the 600.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that you give it the bigger brother look. Cool, whatever. My thing is that they didn't change nothing with the engine. They barely changed anything with the frame. It's a heavier bike now.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's like, why? I mean, if you're going to give it a total makeover from looks, you might as well change something else too, I mean, make it a little lighter, give us a little bit better performance in the engine. I mean, yeah, I know it's rocking the 600 class right now, but give it a little bit more,
I mean, and I guess I don't know that much about Yamaha. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's performing well, not having any problems, yada yada yada, why not just leave it alone?
Right, but I mean, you got to look at Ninja. They had to jump up to a 636 to even compete with anybody in the 600 class. I mean, you know,
is that why they
did? Probably. I don't know.
Well, see, here's my thing with the R6. Now, I do agree with you that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which is very true because look at how long it took them to finally redesign the R6. It took over 10 years, or almost 10 years, I should say, to redesign it.
Part of me, I say this because, you know, a lot of people dog on Gixxer saying Gixxer doesn't change a whole lot. But I know for a very long time, because some people dog on the fact that they had a lot of recalls for a while. Well, in their newest models, they don't have any recalls. They finally, in a sense, got everything just right. Everything's working fucking great. And they're like, why, at this point, now that we've fine-tuned the fucking system, why would we change it?
Hey, isn't yours a 2013?
Mine's a 14.
Okay, what issue did you have with yours?
0.
I thought you had something with the kill switch or something, or you changed the levers on it or something and caused a problem.
Yeah, though that has nothing to do with really the bike itself. A lot of newer bikes are coming that way. What it is like even the boyfriend's FZ09 came this way. I don't know about the KTM yet. He hasn't tried to change the lever. But when you go to pull in the clutch, it has like a built-in little switch into the clutch perch. So each time you would pull it in, it dumps the fuel map down.
Mm.
Yeah,
so what we tried to do is we tried to permanently like affix it so it thought it was always getting the switch, because at that you have to have this switch disengaged to the dump down fuel map in order to start the bike. Well, to try to permanently bypass it so you didn't have to like push a button or flip a switch every single time you got on the bike would force the bike to run in the dump down fuel map all the time, which would then, after about 20 minutes or so, start causing some engine issues, and it would actually throw an FI light and stall out on me. Now, the simple fix was, right, you either use the stock perch or you make something else. We made a separate switch. I flipped the switch to the dump map to start the bike, and I put it into the full fuel map to ride the bike. Every time I pull in the clutch, I'm not getting a dump down anything. It's full mode, full time, no problems. That's not like an actual problem with the bike, however. That is me trying to modify the way that the bike was made.
Yeah. Oh, which with something like that, I'm kind of surprised that there isn't like some kind of flash tune that you could do to the ECU to change that.
Yeah.
There might be. You never know.
I was going to say, there could be. At the time that this was happening, we first just switched out the clutch, and then I started having problems. Then I was starting to get concerned that something was wrong with the bike. And then I came across this article saying that Suzuki, for many years now, for at least Suzuki, this isn't anything new, that they did this clutch dump thing. Now, and I started noticing one day after I read the article, once my bike gets nice and warm, if I go from gear to neutral, you can hear a difference in the engine revs. You can hear like the revving dump down a little bit. And it dawned on me, you know what? I bet you. And so neutral to in gear, as soon as it goes in neutral, it's in that dump fuel map regardless. Same as when you would pull in the clutch. And I started listening when I was pulling in the clutch with the stock clutch. And I'm like, sure as shit, that's it. So like I said, then we tried to permanently bypass it, but then that was throwing lights. So then it was just like, let's just make a mechanical switch. Everybody asks me, you got LEDs on here? I'm like, no, that's something different. Because they see the switch.
Yeah. Okay.
Which really, if you put the switch in a special spot, you could actually use it as an anti-theft device in a sense, because you have to have it in the dump map to start the bike.
Right.
You know what would be cool? You can actually have a keylogger on it. You carry a keylogger with you, and then you just have to swipe it, like push it near it, so you could build it into the frame and just swipe it by, and it will unlock it for you.
Yeah.
With a relay.
I was gonna say this about the other thing about the R6 too. Basically, I think where Yamaha kind of dropped the ball on it, or at least in my opinion, is, I mean, you've got the R1 and you've got two models of it. One priced at what, 15, 16,000, the other one priced at 19,000.
Yeah.
And then you've got now the R6 priced at 12,200. That is kind of high to me for a 600.
12?
It depends though.
It's priced at 12?
Are you getting Is that the one that with the
That's
the
with
options
ABS.
on it?
That's all the options.
Okay, so then if you get the one that doesn't have all the options, it should be lower.
I don't think there is one. I don't think they're making a model without it. I think it's ABS standard.
I've heard from several people that just in general, even the 600 bikes, that just in general, the bikes have gone up in prices.
Oh yeah.
I paid like 12 grand for my bike, and it doesn't have any of those fancy electronics.
Shit.
I don't have ABS. I don't have traction control.
No.
Mine doesn't have ABS because I think the first year that R1s had ABS was 15. I want to say, because I don't think the 14s had it either. I think it was after they switched the gens.
No, I don't know either.
I don't think the 09 to 14 had ABS. I know they had, the 12, 13, and 14 had traction and wheelie control. That much I do know because mine has it.
But wheelie control?
Oh, yeah. I think it's a certain degree, it'll kick on. Like when it comes up to a certain point, it'll
hit the back brake?
No, it'll just shut down the power and drop it back to the ground. As soon as it hit, me and a buddy of mine tested this after we put the mid pipe on. First gear, if you just hammer on it, after it gets to about 7,000, it'll lift without a problem with traction control fully engaged. It'll get about a foot and a half off the ground, and it'll slam right back down. And as soon as it's back on the ground, it will come right back up. Which
it just jumps.
Yeah, which is scary because if you
talk about having to replace fork seals all the time.
Well, not only that, but you figure going up and down like that, all the way up to 13,000, you really risk getting death wobble.
Oh yeah, fucking. That's one. That thing's scary. Death wobble.
But my other thing is too, not only just that price, but then you look at the SC10. It's basically the baby brother to the R1. All the power of an R1 in a bike that sits upright, and that's priced at I think 10 or 11.
That's 10.
Here's my question with that though, because like you were saying, it's a completely different bike. You're sitting upright, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Okay, they put the same engine in it, but I'm betting you that they governed it to a certain top speed where the R1 will still. No matter what, if they race neck to neck, the R1 would at least win on the top end.
Oh yeah, the FC10 I think is limited to 150, and it's got I want to say 160 horsepower. It's a dumbed down version of the R1.
Okay, yeah, I mean because they governed the FZ09 to 135.
Yeah.
Wow, them are some slow bikes.
Yeah,
so
but
right, we'd run neck and
upright.
And he was saying that the reason why he thought it was governed so high is because he's like, once you start getting up there, he's like, you're almost fighting the bike to stay on it because the fairings aren't deflecting anything.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. But where I was trying to go with it though is what I would have really liked to see Yamaha do is take the FZ09 engine, the triple, and put it into an R6. Dumb it down a little bit because that much torque in an R6 would be scary as hell.
Look at what the hell are two boys on the couch are doing?
I know, laughing about. I was wondering that myself.
They must have it muted or something because I can't hear nothing.
I tried. We got to get going, and I failed at trying to say that, and
that was really funny.
But we gotta get going. So
all right.
Yeah,
okay.
It was a good time doing this.
Yeah.
It was.
So
yeah.
Just make sure your mom doesn't show up again if you come in.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'll bring some cookies.
Fend her off.
All right.
All right.
See you
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
Just remember, I'll be in Green Bay tomorrow.
Yeah, there we go. All right, here's some of the specs on the FC10. It's obviously a 1,000, 160.4 horsepower at 11,500, and it's got way more torque, almost 82 foot-pounds of torque at 9,000 RPMs.
Damn.
It's very close.
So it's a wheelie machine.
Oh yeah.
But that one comes with ABS and everything, right?
Yes, that the SE10 does. That much I do know. Actually, I can't even find any more specs on it. Okay, and I lied. It's 14,000 for that bike, which I think it's still a pretty sexy bike.
You liar! I'm never gonna trust you again.
Oh my god!
Clickbait.
Clickbait, yeah, clickbait. But I mean, you know, with everybody going to triples and everything else, like you have the Triumph at a 675. You know, you have the FZ07 and the FZ09, both with triples. Like, I was really shocked.
The FZ7 is not a triple. The FZ9 is, but not the 7.
Yeah, the 9 I knew.
Completely different engine.
I thought the SZ7 was.
No.
See, I don't know no clue about the FZ7s or 9s or 10s.
No, I watched the FZ07's a twin, the 09's a triple, and the FZ08, which was very limited, only for I think like 2 years, is actually your 4-stroke.
Oh, that's right. Well, the other thing that, you know, even if they didn't go to a triple or anything like that, I'm surprised they didn't put cross-plane technology into the R6 like they did the R1. Like, I was really shocked at that they didn't try and do that with the 600 like they did with the 1000. Because the thing is, it would have also made it sound a whole lot different, and nobody else's 600 would have sounded anything like it. If they could have got it to sound anything like the way that the R1 changed when they did that, it would have been badass, I think.
Definitely make a difference.
Because, I mean, like the one thing with my R1, especially with, you know, the tow setup, is that everybody always says, I hear you coming down the road and I don't even know that it's you. They think it's a V8, you know, Mustang or Camaro or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I hear that all the time. Like, honestly, I do. Like, it's weird.
Yeah,
but
it has a whole different sound to it.
Yeah, and now to me, you know, it's nothing different. I hear one when I'm not on the bike and I'm like, oh, it's crossplane. You know, it's crazy.
I wish my bike sounded better.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. All right, I won't even lie when I will say this, is that I was one of those people that was with everybody else and dogged on Gixxers. But at the same time, I have ridden one Gixxer in my entire life, and that was a very older Gixxer, like a 2004. So, I mean, I really can't hate on Suzuki at all, and I love some Busas, and it's very, very few. Like, they have to be done right.
Busas?
Yeah.
You like Busas?
I think they're ugly.
Only some. Like a buddy of mine down in Milwaukee, Milwaukee area, has a 550 horsepower turbocharged Busa, and I think it looks amazing.
So it's a drag race one, right?
Yes, but well, he doesn't do quarter mile. He does land speed.
Right, but you see, but that's what Busas are made for.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, if you want a track bike, Busa's a way to go.
Wow, straight line track, yes.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay, sorry.
But see, and you know, and I've got a couple of buddies of mine that are, well, one of them is talking about that he wants an S1000, blah 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 blah. And I really want to get an S1000 next year. And now this is a guy that's never really owned a 1000. He's been riding for a little over a year. Rides an R6. And I'm like, well, first of all, dude, an S1000 is not going to be cheap. For one. For two, that's a whole lot of power. You know, and I'm not trying to sway anybody away from a 1000, but
just be careful.
Yeah. I mean,
I want more power. I really do.
What about that Gixxer 1000? It does look nice.
Oh yeah.
It does. Well, I mean, like, and here's my thing. Like, I don't want to do anything just yet. Like, I'm ready to do something. However, at the same time, I would like to get some experience with, say, even just different brands. Like, I've been asked the question on multiple occasions, what's your dream bike? You know, or what would, you know, if money wasn't a thing and you could go out and buy whatever bike you wanted tomorrow, what would you go buy? It's like, honestly, I don't know. I could sure just say, all right, well, let me go with the Gixxer 1000. But at the same time, okay, I started my riding on a dirt bike. I had a Ninja 300 for my first street bike, and now I'm on the Gixxer 600. So I kind of don't even compare that 300 to anything as far as a 600 goes. It's just way different, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah.
And like, I did get to ride a 636 a couple weeks ago, and that was pretty awesome. Had a lot more lower end torque, which I was kind of liking. And just as far as how's the bike even just feels and in the turns and stuff like that, I would like to get a little bit more experience with the brands before I go out and say this is what I want to go buy.
Yeah,
I could get it and sit on it and ride it and absolutely fucking hate it and be like, I'd rather ride my Gixxer. You know what I'm saying? And then I made a huge fucking mistake. Like, I'd like to just get a little bit more experience and poking in. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a chance to ride a Yamaha and a Honda and say, hey, I know I hate this, and I know these ones were all pretty comparable, but I know I just don't want that one even.
Yeah.
Because that Ninja 300 was nothing but a big mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, you know, and talking about 300s, like everybody I talk to, with the exception of one person, anybody that's owned a 300, like after a month of having it, they're like, I'm sick of it. It has no power. I hate it. It handles like shit. Like, that's what I've heard anyways. Like,
I think exactly. No, and that is all true, at least for me. Don't get me wrong. If I'm kind of a vroom vroom kind of person, I like triple digits. I do them in my car on a regular basis. I mean, it's not just the way I ride is the way I drive. Okay. Yeah. That's just how I am. Somebody that's a bit more low pace. Like, I've gone into some of these hangouts and heard some of the girls, they're like, triple digits. Oh no, never. And they might be the ones a little bit more prone to say like that 300, but it's not just about the top speed. As you were saying, the handling. You had to work that thing so much harder to get it to do things that I got on this Gixxer and it's like, I don't need you. I can turn without you. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome.
What is it? Not too long ago, I rode my brand new R3. I hated it. It scared the shit out of me compared to R1. Just the way it was in the corners.
Well, and another one of my problems is I kept locking up the rear brake on that Ninja like no other. Pretty much every time I fucking even tried to touch that brake, it ended up locking up. And it's not like that on the 600. Like, there's just so many things that, yeah. The suspension, even the seating position. There's just so many things.
See, and the only time I really rode anything like a 300 and smaller was when I took my MSF course. And I had been riding my ZX9 for well over a month at that point. So I was real comfortable with it. And then getting on something that didn't turn, didn't handle for shit, and just felt sluggish all the time. I hated it. Like, that thing... trying to do figure eights on the course and everything else was dreadful. Like, I thought I was going to put it down at one point just because it felt sloppy. And now I can't attest to like the newer 300s and everything else, but if they're anything like that, like, I would absolutely hate being on it. And being a guy that's ridden now a 1000 for the last two and a half years, like, I honestly have said more times than I can count, I kind of want to go back to a 600 just because I don't really need a 1000. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I hate my R1 by any means, but I don't really ever use what I have.
I don't think any of us will ever use what we have unless we ride a track.
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on use what they have to what extent. Like, as far as like my 600 goes and stuff, I'm constantly fucking just 100% of the time in the rev range and basically fucking redlining it. I could definitely use more power to pass 3 and 4 or 5 people at a time. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe you should get a 1000.
Or maybe a 750.
Oh yeah, 750.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to go check one out for sure. I mean, the good thing about the 750 is it's still on the 600 frame. You're still on the 600 tires. All you're really gaining is a little bit more engine. Weight-wise, it's actually only 5 pounds more than the 600.
Yeah.
Which if you switch exhaust, you can get rid of that weight right there.
Just get rid of it. Straight, no pipe.
Oh man, that new 1000 that has that big old cannon exhaust.
That's the only thing I hate about the Gixxer 1000 now.
Oh my
the thing is just hideous.
Yeah, but that's the first mod everybody does pretty much.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure they knew that. They're like, oh, we'll just stick this on there because then we can get people to buy aftermarket shit, and then
They found that in like the back of the store or something. Oh shit, what is that? Yeah, put it on. Let's go.
Right. Just make it look hideous because it's gonna be gone anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a nice shorty will look beautiful on that bike.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't even know.
I'm still debating on what I want to put on the R1 for exhaust.
I gotta tell you, I like.
Starts with an A. I don't know how to say it.
Oh,
Aquapovic.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
They're nice, but they're also pricey.
They're also like $1,500 for slip-ons.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I actually debated on switching my tow setup to an Aquapovic, and I looked at a 3/4 system, and it was like $2,200, and I went, nope, I'll stick with what I have.
Hey Rex,
Never mind.
look in the chat.
Oh, good evening, Mr. DeFobra. Wow.
Should I admit now that I don't know who he is? Everybody seems
DeFobra is the man that deserves a lot more than what he has.
I couldn't agree more. I've said that more than once, and I will constantly say it. He's a good dude. I like his content a lot.
check him out.
You definitely should.
You've never heard of DeFobra?
No.
Wow.
I live under a rock. Are you kidding?
God, it must be a pretty big rock.
And when I get out underneath the rock, I'm doing triple digits. So. I can't praise you enough, honestly. I honestly can't. The fact that you're in here, that just made my night completely.
Well, you're gonna ask the man if he wants a link?
I mean, if he wants a link, I'll give him a link. But I will gladly
give him the hangout.
Come on in. Oh Christ! I need to. Yeah. No, but going back to your exhaust talk. Oh Christ! I don't even know.
Hey,
I don't even know what they have available.
Why don't you just send DeFobra a link, and if he joins, he joins.
Sato, I think it is.
Sato?
Yeah, I think it's called Sato.
What the?
Oh, website are you talking about?
No.
An exhaust?
Yeah, the boyfriend had something like a Sato on his last bike, and that thing sounds very nice.
What about the Graves? The Graves sound pretty good on the R1.
Graves sound amazing.
Yeah, they're cheaper than the other ones.
I mean, you can pretty much get the full Graves exhaust for the price you can get the Aquapovic slip-ons.
Yeah, exactly. They sound pretty good to me.
Yeah, that.
Here, I'm posting a link.
Let it go in. Hopefully it'll go in. I don't
It's
know if
on
it will.
on our side chat.
I haven't even seen them.
I forgot about that. That there's a little chat in there too. Haha. Saddle racing.
Never heard of these. How are they?
They sound very nice.
Actually, that doesn't look bad.
They sound very nice. In this case, it's not about the looks; it's about the ear sacs. See,
I was gonna say, for me, I love my blacked out exhaust, but then again, it matches the profile of my bike. So
Exactly.
I want to say that they do make like a carbon fiber edition. It just might not be on this main page here.
Okay, then that's much better. That's to tell you the truth. The Tokes, it looks pretty. It does.
I like the way the toast looks. I'm not gonna lie.
They look nice.
It does look nice. Yeah.
But
I have never heard one in person.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the thing is, like, even hearing mine in person, it wouldn't sound even close to the same as yours.
You see, it sound like mine.
Yeah.
The same model.
But I mean, it's still gonna be loud. It's still gonna be obnoxious. So I mean,
yeah. It is sounding.
Yeah, it'll be loud. Either way, it'll be loud.
But just like Downey said, don't expect. It's not like a performance exhaust or anything. It's
right.
Sound and looks.
The only thing that pisses me off is that when Toast first came out, they got it for like $600, give or take, whatever. And now that everybody wanted it, they jacked their prices up for no performance, nothing.
Oh yeah.
You're getting a really nice look with a sound that's obnoxious.
Yeah, that's the only downfall. Is I won't even lie. It is very obnoxious.
It is
like after a while of riding, it's ear piercingly obnoxious, especially with the mid pipe now. Because last year, half the season I didn't have the mid pipe on, so it wasn't as loud. But after putting that mid pipe in, it got so much louder. And for whatever reason, and it might just be because I had it in rain mode the other day because it started downpouring in the middle of my ride. Yeah. It was barking and popping so much. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I thought about it and went, oh, that's right. It's in B mode. So now all the fuel is all messed up on the map.
Yeah.
But isn't it? You're getting the looks of the Toast, but now isn't it compared to like an M4 exhaust?
Yeah.
Oh, if you put the mid pipe?
I mean, for being loud and obnoxious.
For being just loud, yeah, it is. Yeah. It's comparable to an M4. And I would know what an M4 sounds like and how obnoxious it is because that's what was on my ZX6.
Right. Well, I had a buddy that had the M4 on his 636, and I mean, it to me, it really didn't seem like it was obnoxious or loud, but maybe just because the only thing he had was a slip-on, he didn't, do anything else.
Yeah.
No, the 636 that I rode had an M4, but he didn't have a cat.
Yeah.
What year was it? At 13?
Whose?
The 636.
Me or Ehart?
Ehart.
So Yo-Yo, you have an M4 on yours?
Because, well, I was just gonna say because I know on the 09 to 12 and I think the 13 and 14, the ZX6s, basically to do an M4 exhaust on them, you automatically had to remove the cat because it eliminated all of it. And you want to talk about a pain in the ass to get that catalytic converter out of there? You have to put it on a rear stand, drop the cat, and then you have to either roll it back or turn the tire backwards so that it'll go tight against it and then hope that it falls out.
Oh,
It was a pain in the and you had no other way to get it out. That was the only option to get it out. And so basically it was the header and a foot and a half of pipe into a can into the M4, muffler that was 3.5 inches wide at the top. So all it did was scream right by your foot.
Oh, wow.
Nobody rode on my right side at all. They refused to do it every single time because they're like, nope, I won't ride next to you on that side. I'll ride on the other side. I don't want to be that for the whole day.
Well, that's because that's what I hear about the Toast, that people ain't gonna want to ride behind you because.
Oh no, yeah, people get annoyed easily.
Yeah, oh yeah, people hate me.
People like,
and the even better part about it is anybody that's behind me, if they start, tire tapping me, I rev on it and they get it right in the face.
Oh, and you smell it.
Oh yeah, it's just solid gas.
We lost Ehart. What happened?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, she went muted for a second and just bounced.
Yeah, she might have had to go or got disconnected or something. It's possible.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm still in the toss up. There's a couple exhausts out there that I'm still kind of debating on and this and that. But who knows?
Yeah, I was in the same shoes as you until I seen a deal, so I was like, "Fuck it."
Right. But I just want to know. I just want to get something that I know that I'm gonna like and I'm gonna want to stick with for a while.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad that, I mean, I love the way it looks. Bar none, yeah. I get compliments on my exhaust more than anything. Like that, yeah. Like I have people at red lights are like, I really like that exhaust, or people at gas stations, they'll say to me like, I've never seen that before, and I'm like,
it's custom made because
I get that more than anything. Whoa, did you get that custom done? No, I just bought it.
Okay, so then the other question is, because I know there was some guys that have it that complained about it, but is yours even?
It's off a little bit. Yeah. And the worst part, here's the worst part about it. It was straight until I put the Toast mid pipe on, and now it's off because of that mid pipe for whatever weird reason.
Oh,
I got it as close as I could.
You probably had it perfect, like the absolutely perfect way before, and the second you moved, you couldn't get it back.
Well, and the worst part is the dealership did it, so they had to make it perfect. But then I messed with it, took it off, put the mid pipe on, put it back on, and I'm like, it looks even. And then the more I look at it, the more it pisses me off. So I just stopped caring about it. I'm like, I don't care.
I say if you're like really meticulous with things, it's gonna drive you crazy.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
Okay, because I even put on like digital calibers, trying to like adjust it, and for some reason you would never be able to line them up 100% proper.
I mean, you probably have to like stare at the thing to actually finally notice it. I mean, if
but if you're like one of those people that just keep staring at the exhaust, then you gotta see it.
Yeah,
because I think who was it? I think Motonosity brought it up one time, or was it maybe Downshift brought it up or something? And then everybody started being like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. Like when I was putting it on, and
I
just kept on messing with it. I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong?" And I thought like mine was bent or something.
See, and
I even took it apart.
Well, the best part is another buddy of mine had on his 2009 R1 had the Toast exhaust. That's why when I bought mine, I was like, yep, this is what I want to go with. I love the way it looks, love the way it sounds. His was severely off. Like you looked at it and you could clearly see no matter what angle you were at that it was fucking off. Like one side was way higher than the other and crooked. And he moved it, couldn't get it straight to save his life. And actually contacted Toast about it and said, yeah, some of them are like that. It's just how they're coming out. And my exact response would have been like, then send me fucking a new set and I will send these right back to you.
Or send me a little bit of my money back.
Yeah. Well, the downfall was though, is he ended up getting it off of eBay for like $600. So, he couldn't really send it to them. But like if it would have been messed up from the factory when I bought it, because I had bought it obviously from Toast, I would have told him, I'd have been like, nope, send it right back to him and tell him to send me new ones.
Yeah. That's kind of a fucked up thing for a company to say. It's fucking up once in a while.
Right.
Well, obviously it's doing it more than once in a while if a lot of people are noticing.
Yeah.
So.
You get disconnected, E-Hard, or what?
What overheated?
My computer.
Oh, wait. IT department.
IT, please.
Geek Squad.
Well, apparently, what is overheating, a CPU?
That's what I'm guessing. It goes safe mode when it hits a certain point, it just shuts the fuck off.
Just download MSI Afterburner. You can monitor everything, so you can see what is it actually reaching.
But what's it called?
MSI Afterburner. You can just see it, and you could let me know what's the temperature you're getting on your core of your CPU.
Oh, we got a computer guy, huh?
one of the hobbies.
He doesn't call himself Red Nerd for nothing.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's great and all that it goes into like safe mode and shuts down, but I kind of wish, I don't know, 10 or 15 degrees before that, if it would like sound an alarm or some shit.
Oh,
be
it
like,
wouldn't. Well,
hey, motherfucker, change.
Is it like what is it like? You just bought it from like Best Buy, or is it custom?
No, it was bought from like Best Buy, but in like 2008.
Have you cleaned it?
It's been cleaned a couple of times, yeah.
Well, it could be the stock cooler. The stock cooler really sucks. You know if it's AMD or Intel?
It's AMD.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna run really hot. If you throw like a Hyper 212, it's like $20. You're pretty good with your hands. So you just get like a Hyper 212. It's pretty easy bolt on, and it's an aftermarket for really cheap.
Well, it's a laptop.
Oh, it's a laptop.
It's a laptop.
And you have any like computer people around you?
Yeah.
They could try to reapply the thermal compound.
I don't even know what that means.
For laptops, all you can do is just force air into the intakes.
Yeah, put like a fan behind it or something.
Yeah, or you could ghetto rig it.
Well, I think that's what it is sometimes when it sits in certain ways. Like right now, I got something propped underneath it.
Yeah, because the fans are right underneath it. If you force, like they sell these little tables for underneath it, it literally forces the air into the fans. Right. So it does. It kind of like assists it in a way.
Yeah, I think I might have one of those somewhere, but it gets annoying, so it made it to the bottom of a closet.
Yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only problem with laptops. If they don't have proper cooling, then yeah.
Yeah, you know what the thing is it's fine if it's like on my legs or whatnot. Like in my lap, it's fine. It's when I set it down someplace. Hence the name laptop.
Or when it's like 30 degrees outside, yeah, I feel perfectly fine.
Well, I was gonna say the reason I can think of that it would be overheating once you set it down is because that air is not moving anywhere.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah, stack.
If it's in my lap, I'm okay.
And then the fans are probably not big enough. They're probably like what, 30 millimeter fans.
Yeah, I would guess. If it's a laptop, yeah, it's probably tiny. Yeah.
But really, I don't know. I got this weird thing. I think there's extra fans in here because there's a keyboard cooling feature. When you turn it on, it like blows air through the keyboard.
Mm. Oh, you know what? You could try Admin Afterburn, or let me find the open source program that you can actually control the fan. So when you see it going over, you can actually change the fan curve.
Oh, really? I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, yeah, you can change the fan curve and make it more aggressive, but you're going to deal with more noise.
Got you.
Trade-off is a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll probably run better, too. It'll just be loud. I don't think there's too much of a deal there.
When did you get it?
Like 2008.
I think you have a Phenom 2 probably in there.
A what?
The processor.
Yeah, Rev's getting all this technical stuff. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting over here like, okay. I'm just not going to say a word. I'm going to shut up because I know nothing about it.
He's like, Rev talks like my little brother does when he talks about computers and stuff to me. I'm like, what?
That's like my brother when I made a computer. I was like, what do you want? He was like, yo, just shut the fuck up and just make it. I don't want to hear shit.
Make it like you'd make your own.
I was like, oh, you need a big budget for that.
Right. That's why I'm kind of glad what I have a what is it? It's an HP Speed Demon.
Laptop or desktop?
Huh?
Laptop, right?
No, mine's not a laptop. Mine's the tower or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, desktop.
But it's the one with like the Beats audio and all that in it.
You see, that's just like you could basically make it for half the price. Just throw a separate audio card, and you get more performance than that. I'm bored.
No, I know, but my it's what he had, and then he put some other things in it. Like $1,000 worth of stuff into this thing. So I mean, it's got a better graphics card. It got a better this, a better that, and he only sold it to me for like $200. I was like, hell yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, that if you're really into computers, you probably like in your closet you just have extra shit just sitting there.
Right, you like upgrade every year or two because the technology is changing so quickly. That's what my dad used to do before he passed away. Whenever he upgraded, he threw it in a box of parts, and every Christmas he'd give me his used parts as a computer. Like, thank you, but at the same time, I'm confused. This is your old shit.
Yeah, I done that with my brother once. He's like, I want a gaming computer. Okay, I got you.
I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, but I feel like my dad's like getting out of actually buying me a gift.
He's like, oh, should I give her the 780 or the 880? You know what? Fuck this.
But yeah, he passed away, so that doesn't happen anymore. The last computer that took a shit, I ended up buying this laptop. I mean, it's been good for what? That's 2008, so like 8 years now.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good life out of the laptop.
Right? That's what I'm saying, and I haven't really had like any problems except now this overheating thing started a year ago.
You can download CPU-Z. It's open source. You can just download it. It's not open source, but it's for free, and then you can actually just monitor it with it. Or SpeedFan. SpeedFan can actually control your fans of your laptop as long as it's connected to the fan headers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that. Like I said, I wish it could like set an alarm at like a certain temperature.
Yeah, you could set in SpeedFan. You can actually set it like at this temperature, max out all fans.
Okay.
So you would just hear like your fans going batshit crazy.
Like I said, if I had a warning on it, I could like move my computer or something to give it a better airflow. I mean, I try to, but sometimes I fail.
Is your fans on the side or underneath it? Most of the intake.
Well, it's underneath. Blows out on the side.
Oh, it blows out on the side.
Yeah.
If your intake was on the side, they actually sell a device that you could just clip on the side and it forces in air.
Huh. Yeah, no, it blows out on the side.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Like Chris, 11 o'clock already? Jesus.
I know. I'm about to jump off here.
Midnight.
Since I have to get up early and get stuff ready to head to Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, he acts like just mind how he just said that. He acts like he's all like, "Oh, I gotta go to Green Bay." Tomorrow he's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm going to Green Bay."
No, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong.
But who goes to Green Bay?
I live in Green Bay.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? You don't watch football? There's no football in Green Bay.
I don't watch football, so that part of Green Bay doesn't bother me.
I do. Good thing they played yesterday. You won't have to deal with traffic.
Right. Oh, hey, you're gonna have to resend me your address too. I think I accidentally deleted it.
Well, that's easy enough.
Oh, just say it on the live chat.
Yeah, let me get right on that one. or let me get right on that.
Or I'll just freaking give you a call or something when I get closer to.
Or I'll just do this. I'll just resend the entire freaking
email.
You're gonna have a whole bunch of nonsense in that though, because it's gonna be from the other day. I literally just copied pasted.
I don't care.
Send.
That came through quick. I already got it.
I was already getting it. You were like, "Oh, you're gonna have to resend me," and I'm like, "Oh, copy, paste, send. We're good."
All right, I got it. I'll make sure I don't delete it this time.
Yeah, freaking be getting a text at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Dude, send me your address again. God damn it! I was
lost.
Right,
I'm lost. I don't know where to go.
Oh crap! I know. I know how. I know because I'm gonna take 21 to Oshkosh, and then I know I jump on the interstate from
you're taking the
Oshkosh.
easy way. Yeah, 21 to 41. 41 will take you right to fucking Green Bay.
You riding there?
Oshkosh, where they made that kid clothing. Oshkosh, gosh.
Oshkosh,
Yes.
gosh, I think so.
Yes, it is. Also,
Really?
Oshkosh Trucking.
Ice, you're riding there?
No, I'm driving.
Oh, he's not right.
I'm like, good luck.
Yeah. It'd be 50 degrees tomorrow. That'd be a cold, long ride.
Don't get me wrong. I would definitely go out riding in the weather that we have for this weekend, but I wouldn't do that long of a ride.
3.5 hour ride. Dude,
on a sport bike.
Yeah.
Just a quick loop around home.
Yeah, I mean it's cold, but it's not cold enough for me to stay in off the bike, but it's too cold for me to ride that far.
Do you guys use the stock seats for your bikes?
I have a Corbin Corbin on mine.
I also have a Cortman.
How are they? Like, I'm looking for like something comfortable compared to
the first 500 to 1,000 miles is gonna suck. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It will
just about to break
suck. Yeah, once it's broken in, your ass will love you.
Yeah, I have to admit. Yeah, he's right.
I don't have a problem on mine.
Yeah, but Gixxers were made with all soft, comfy seats.
Yeah, it is. For freaking Yamaha, they just like put a styrofoam sheet on it and good luck.
Basically, they're like, here you go, have fun, good luck.
I mean, I'm okay until I hit about 5 hours, and then you might start seeing me move around a little weird.
Oh,
5 hours.
I could ride all day long.
Well, then I'm like, okay, I need a little break, and then you can get about 2 more hours out of me, and then at that point, I'd have to like take some.
I'll just stab someone if it was that like that.
But I can't decide if it's like really the seat itself or it's just my fucking back or like what.
Could be a combination of both.
5 to 7 hours. I mean, that's a fucking good ride, no matter how you look at it.
Especially on a sport bike, that's a long ride.
These seats are pretty big.
Hey, I went from Wisconsin to North Carolina on a sport bike, and
Jesus, nope, I'd have tapped out.
No.
Wouldn't have done it.
I love to ride, man.
I do too, but not that much. Jesus Christ.
The longest I rode was about like 3 hours.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. After that, I was like, fuck this. I was like, we're stopping somewhere. I need something. I need a beer or something.
I'm the type that I'll ride all day and I'll suffer through it the next day. I mean,
there is no suffering the next day.
You're complaining.
I just do it again.
Well, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It makes us feel like shit.
I know.
At least be a little nice about it.
Right.
But hey, I seen that video where her little 600 beat that R1 though.
She rigged it.
Sounds like that R1 needed a rider mod.
He let off for like a second, and I just fucking went flying by because I was still just buried into that thing.
I have to give some of the credit to him and some to Ehart though, but it is Ehart's road, so she knows him probably better than he did.
Oh, maybe he just wanted her to pass her. Pass him.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes you want to get a different view.
Right, yeah. That's
I get
true.
that, but like in that one spot, we were on a straightaway. I mean, you don't like as far as turns go and stuff. Yeah, I'd totally be like, you have the advantage if you're on your home turf. But as far as straight, that's a little different.
You see, I don't know about that because I'm on straightaways. If I don't know the road, I'm not gonna punch it because I don't know when that turn is gonna come up.
Right.
That's true too.
But if you can see enough of the road in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Like all you see is a straight line as far as the eye can see. Like that turn's not really sneaking up on you right here.
Yeah, I'd probably be fucking pinging my freaking red line.
I mean, I do kind of get that too because there are certain intersections where even if there's nobody in front of me, I know that they are like highly prone to people being jackasses and dumbasses at, and I just slow down because they're highly prone to high volumes of dumbasses. So
right.
Yeah, unfortunately there's way too many people in cages that don't pay attention.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people on bikes that are asshats too, but
right.
And we probably know all of them.
We just have to turn on YouTube.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of idiot drivers, I want to bring that up, and it has nothing to do with bikes. Well, what's up with this new trend of people that like to brake check semis?
What happened? What do they do?
Like brake checking semis.
They do that?
Just being stupid.
Wait.
Somebody, no joke. Somebody just did it to. It wasn't even a semi. It was. I don't even know what the hell it was. It was one of the big ass construction things that has like 20 freaking wheels on it or whatever it is. But some guy in a brand new like Ford Explorer or something like that brake checked one, and a dude locked up every single tire. I thought he was gonna slam right into him. Like this happened like 10 minutes away from Green Bay.
Do people ever like? I don't know. I don't have the balls to lose my life or my property for that.
No.
I mean, what if the truck's brakes were not 100%
Exactly?
And when he slammed on it, he blew a fucking line, and now his braking, distance isn't what it should be, and he fucking smashes into you, and you fucking die.
Or they usually driving with like 2 hours of sleep, and fucking their reaction times are a little slower.
Yeah,
and they got to realize too. Even if you brake check a semi, you know how heavy that semi is. It's not gonna stop just like that.
No, it's not stopping like a motorcycle where you can basically stop on a dime. You're taking a long ways to stop.
Yeah.
Nah, you see,
some people just do not have a brain.
No.
But that's why they make certain motorcycles that that you just die on, and that's it.
Right.
See,
they're called Jixers. Just kidding.
Oh.
I'm still here.
See, here's my thing. Like, you see so much stupidity nowadays with and it's not just people in cars, but people on bikes, people in trucks. My theory, it's not even just people that drive. It's just people in general. Like, my theory is, you want to solve these problems, take off every single warning label off of everything.
Just to see what happens.
Let Mother Nature take care of itself.
Darwin's theory at its best.
Yep, exactly. let it take care of itself. You're gonna have people either learning real quick or a whole lot of people dying off real quick.
Or like those people that still dressing up with clowns. If I see a fucking clown, I'm fucking stabbing something.
See, I wish I could remember who brought that up. Somebody was just talking about that. Like, it's funny. Like that everybody is so focused on that now because it's getting so much attention from people that want to go viral.
Yeah,
and it just makes me laugh because if you're and some of these guys that are walking around with axes and bats and shit like that, you know what's going to happen is somebody with a concealed carry or an open carry is going to see it. They're going to run at them and they're going to get 2 to the chest and they're going to be dead.
Yes.
Again, it goes back to fucking natural selection.
But
clearly you didn't win.
But like you said, so many people are so desperate to be popular.
Yeah,
well, to be known. So,
and that's the thing. Like, again, going back to high subscriber count and everything else. Do I expect to make a video that's gonna hit 100,000 views plus? Fuck no. I'm just doing this because I enjoy it.
I'm surprised if I hit 100 views.
I actually hit 300. I hit 300 on one of my recent ones and 3,000 on one from like 4 years ago.
You see, the only video I got like over 600 is something about a 3D printer. My 3D printer.
I've got one that got like 17,000.
Holy shit! Jesus.
Yeah, the 10 things I hate about my GSXR.
Oh, well, that's self-explanatory on why that got
a lot of hate, actually.
Well, I'm sure it did. But see, and that's the thing though, is people don't understand is and a lot of people did that. I know, Downey did it with every vehicle he's owned.
I saw his, and that's when I did mine.
Yeah, but he meant it.
Yeah.
You can tell he meant it.
But like the thing with that is though is people don't understand is it's your opinion, and most people when they're given the things that they hate about whatever vehicle they're talking about, it's literally it's nitpicking. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, every bike has a little problem that you don't like.
Oh yeah.
Like the new Yamaha. I don't like the bottom headlights. The
R1.
The round ones on the bottom.
It looks too much. Oh, see, here's the thing, and I'm gonna.
It looks like Sid.
No, I was gonna say this. I'm gonna steal this from Rusty R1. He literally said he gave his opinion on it, and he said, you know, you had these LED headlight bars that had that Iron Man look.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it does. It looks exactly like Iron Man. He goes, you could have done so much with that, but instead you gave it sloth eyes. And I went, you motherfucker, now it does. It looks exactly like a fucking sloth. And I went, yep, that just ruined the whole front end of that bike for me.
It looks like Sid and a Stingray had sex, and they're out the child.
But that's what surprised me with the Gixxer. I didn't like the headlights until I seen the new one.
Yep.
And they just look sexy as hell to me.
Yeah. I don't know if I could ever give up my Yamahas though. It would have to really impress me.
I'm gonna have to ride it to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so much about, I guess, looks, and it would be more about, and this comes back to my whole I'd like to get some experience on a couple different things. It's more about how it rides and I guess how at home I feel on it versus what it actually physically
right.
looks like.
Yeah, because if you don't feel comfortable on a bike, that's where it all starts right there is being comfortable. So
exactly.
But like I said, you know, that's how that's the weird thing about bikes. You could love something one minute and hate it the next minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why
to be honest, all I got is a lot of love for my bike. I just wish it were a little faster.
I still want to try a Ducati though.
I hear so much bad things about Ducatis.
Oh, so do I. But I just want to go out and test ride one like the 1299 or something like that. I would just to see if I'd like it or not, you know.
Oh yeah.
See
what the hype is for?
Huh?
Hype?
Hype?
Like you want to see why?
Oh yeah. I want to see what the hype is for with everybody. Ooh, Ducati. Well, I've heard a lot of bad crap about Ducati and a little bit of good. So I want to make my own opinion.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Me and a buddy of mine did Ducati demo days last year, and it was extremely disappointing. And the only reason I say it was extremely disappointing is because the biggest Pangali they had was an 899.
Oh, yeah.
And a buddy of mine rode it, and he said for the price that you pay on that, it's not worth it. He said it's worse than any 600cc that you could get.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because it's sluggish. It's slow. Well, it was slow. It was heavy. It didn't have a whole lot of like grunt.
So you're telling me the 899 is slower than a 600?
It was.
It feels like you're lagging everywhere.
Really? I would have never guessed. So it's not really a super sport then.
No.
It feels like it.
Yeah, I mean it's styled, you know, like the ergonomics are like a super sport, but it's nothing like any other super sport.
You're gonna have to like ride it, and then you be like, "What the fuck?" Especially if you ride hard.
I do.
Notice it right off the back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You probably
so like
just throw it on the floor.
I drive a V8, and I had always wanted to. I had heard great things about those Cadillac CTS V8s, and I got one as a rental, and I was all excited. And as soon as I got fucking down the road, I was like, dude, this thing's a fucking disappointment. I want my car back. I'm like, fuck this CTS.
Which V8 do you have?
Mine is actually, and that's the surprising thing, I have the GXP, which is a front wheel drive 300 horsepower V8.
LS4.
Yes, the LS4, and it's got more fucking get up and go than whatever the fuck V8 they put in that CTS.
So you got a Grand Prix?
I do.
You probably, but you're pushing a lot of more torque. You're pushing a good amount of torque.
Dude, that thing's nice, and what I really like about it isn't even just that. Like the braking system is awesome. I'll tell you, it's the only car I've never roped rotors on, and it's suspension. It's not a normal car suspension, so it's very nice. You get like no fucking roll when you're going through the corners and whatnot.
See, I want the 2000. What is it? The 2007 or 2008 Monte Carlo when they put the V8 in it.
Oh yeah.
No, fuck that. If you're gonna go with something that age, go with the G8.
No, yeah. I like the SS look.
Well, the performance that G8's gonna put out is gonna blow the Monte Carlo's performance array. The Monte Carlo is more comparable with the Grand Prix.
Just throw a LS3 and get over with it.
Well, if you're gonna go that route, you might as well just put an LS9 in it.
Oh,
but my whole thing, because the Monte Carlo and the Grand Prix were kind of like rivals in that sense. There were certain things that the Monte Carlo was missing that was put into the Grand Prix that make it, I don't even know how to put it, I guess. I hate to say a better, but more fun to drive kind of aspect.
Right.
That's not about the body style. That's more of performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'll tell you right now, they made my car with a fucking shit transmission, and I'm bound to need a transmission at some point.
Yeah.
Just go manual.
You can't. I don't even think they make a manual transmission for the LS.
Yeah, I want to say something about like because they were pairing it with a front wheel drive car, made it hard to put in a manual.
Yeah.
Well, don't they have like that slap shift thing on it?
Paddle shift.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
not the paddle. Like
no, it's like
the Eclipse have. You know.
Oh, the Triptonic.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's where you have like the park, you have the drive, you have but off to the side of that you can put it into like this slap
Manual.
Yeah, something like that.
Manual without the clutch, basically.
Yeah, but
yeah, and you push a button to change gears instead of actually shifting a stick and pulling in a clutch.
Yeah, but that's like nowhere near the reaction time. It's probably a single clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come on, guys. Let's go buy Camaros and everybody's happy.
No.
Hey, I seen this new
The only Camaro I want is the ZL1. That SS, I've taken it for a drive.
Well,
I'm not terribly impressed.
Oh, hey.
Not with the suspension or the braking system.
Get personal now.
Hey, I seen this new Trans Am they're thinking about doing it, and I really like that.
Let me say a little something about that Trans Am. All it is body modifications.
Oh, I know.
Somebody has one in town.
It's a Camaro with modifications done to it and T-tops put into it.
Yeah,
but I have always been a Trans Am guy, and I love
Fire Chicken.
Yes, I love that new one that they designed.
Oh, I like vroom vroom talk. Yes. See, it's sad that I can name engine codes from Chevy talking about LS7s and LS9s and shit like that.
If I have any questions, I know who to ask.
I have people that I could ask, but I'm I'm probably gonna get hate for this. I drive a Subaru WRX STI.
So okay.
No, that's a.
I'd like to take it for a ride.
It's nothing spectacular, trust me.
Did you do anything?
It's got intake and exhaust.
Oh, but for Subaru, that actually makes a big difference.
Aren't those all-wheel drive though too?
Yes. Except
because I've actually been thinking about that. So like I have a summer car and then I have a winter car. I have something with four-wheel drive for in the winter.
Oh, it's fun in the winter.
I do the same thing.
My Grand Prix has only ever seen summer. Shit gets expensive in between the two fucking cars. What if I combine them and got me something all-wheel drive? Now,
you see,
my biggest problem would be the clearance from the ground to the fucking bumpers. I have a feeling I'd take out all the bumpers on a regular basis.
See, mine's sitting on like 1.5-inch lowering springs, and it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well,
but the problem that I have. Well, actually, it's not even really a problem. It's all-wheel drive, but it's in auto. I'd never have it in lock because there's never really a point in having it in lock because I have, with the STI, I should say,
So you can turn it off and on.
I can. Well, no, I can turn the lock off and on.
What's the difference in between using it with or without the lock if it doesn't actually go off?
If it's not in lock, it's 65% of the power goes to the rear, 35% to the front. So essentially, it's more rear-wheel drive than all-wheel drive, but it will kick in and out of lock when it needs to. So if I start breaking the tire, like if I launch it hard on a dry road, it'll kick into lock almost instantaneously.
And when it kicks into lock, it transfers the power to what?
50-50.
That's pretty, it's good for launch.
It is and it isn't. I found out that the automatic mode doesn't really work how it's supposed to because I smoke all 4 tires.
Oh, okay. Timing.
Perfect timing.
He was waiting for it. His hand was right on the mouse.
Yeah, that was perfect. The only downfall is it's very, very pissy. And it just decided that it wanted to apparently the evap system decided it didn't want to work as the way it was supposed to. So now I have a check engine light, and to fill the gas tank, it takes me 15 minutes to do it.
See, I have
my God.
For some reason I have the exact same issue with my fucking Camaro. With the evap.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so fucking annoying.
Trust me, it is because and the other thing with Subaru is if you throw a check engine light, you cannot put it in cruise control.
You can't?
Nope. It disengage. The cruise light will just flash.
And all I needed was a new fucking gas cap. Like there was something wrong with my gas cap. I got a new gas cap, and the evap was all better.
See, because mine's a 2004. One of the thing. Well, that was the first thing they said is your gas cap isn't tight. Check that. Didn't work. Basically,
me checking mine and trying to tighten it didn't work either. It was like something fucking broke and was not reacting the right way, and therefore not creating the seal. I had to actually get a new one, and I was like, well, I hate to spend the $20 to find out that I don't fucking need it. That would suck, but it is the cheapest thing to start with. So I guess fuck it.
You see, I wish I could just like. Is there a way just to? I know there's a way to like activate it and just cause it to, vape to inject the vapes.
Yeah.
But then you need the fucking computer and everything.
Well, yeah, that's the only downfall. But basically what I've come down to is it's something with the charcoal canister. Yeah. And I'm too lazy to get underneath it. Which this is the messed up part is the fucking charcoal canister is underneath the rear bumper.
Oh, yours is right there. Mine is like near the fucking gas tank.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know what it is. I'll just deal with it for now.
That's what I said. I was like, I just did the inspection. I don't need to fuck with it right now.
See, I don't have those problems in Wisconsin. I don't need.
Oh, you don't need that?
No.
Oh, okay.
They don't do that here either. They don't make us inspect shit.
You see, here you have to do it every year.
Oh, I'd be fucked.
No, here.
In New York,
you can cut your cat off all by yourself. And
mine doesn't have a problem with that.
Oh no, New York. You know how many rules do we have in New York?
Oh Christ, yeah. You're almost as bad as California.
Oh, pretty much.
Almost.
But I was actually looking at a WRX before when I drive the Camaro and then I have a Jeep Wrangler. So
I mean,
that's the shitty thing.
They're really not bad cars.
No, they're awesome for what they do.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where, like, and especially now, like, I've realized I've put more miles on my bike in 2 years. Now, granted, we can only ride, 6 months out of the year here? If we're lucky, I've put more miles on the bike in the last 2 years than I have in the last 2 years on my car.
I agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
I don't drive my car unless I have to.
Yeah,
and unless it's getting cold, now I have to.
Unless you know it's a thunderstorm, 100%. You're like,
oh yeah.
40%.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mind riding in the rain. I just don't prefer it. If I can avoid it, I won't do it.
Oh yeah.
I won't either. If I get caught in it, it's one thing. But I mean, I'm not going to leave my house in a downpour.
Hey, it's downpouring. Let's go ride for a while.
Right.
I will, depending on the situation. I will look at the weather map and it'll be like, okay, I want to ride. So where can I go? Say I only got to do 30 minutes in, say, the rain, and then I could be in a nice, shiny fucking sunny place for hours before I got to come back. Depending on how the weather pattern's rolling through, sometimes it kind of comes up from the north going east, and it'll be a string, and it's like, so if I go about 30 minutes that way, the sun will be fucking shining and everything will be great.
She became a weather woman.
Until one day the weatherman lies to you.
Hard with the weather.
That has happened, don't get me wrong, and then I found myself in like Ohio and
See, I don't know about that.
trying to outrun it, and I end up in another state.
3 days later, it's still following me.
Right.
No, that day kind of sucked. Like, I ended up riding longer than I wanted to, and then at the end, basically no matter what, I still had like an hour plus ride home in the fucking rain.
Ooh.
It was just like, this sucks.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always turn out like that. So
I would have to. I have to jump off here, Rex, because I'm gonna have a long day in the morning.
Yeah, you will. I was gonna say, I think we're probably gonna call it in a minute here anyway. So
yeah, I gotta go in a minute myself.
Yeah, I work tomorrow.
See, and I would have been all alone, and I'm not gonna be all alone just talking to myself. Nope.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
it's when you start answering it, there's something wrong.
Well, I do that on a daily basis. So I already know I'm psycho, so that's okay. I've come to terms with it.
Crazy people are the funnest, especially when you give them a knife.
Right.
So I am jumping off. Rex, I will see you in person tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Rev and Ehart, y'all have a wonderful night. And I will talk to y'all later.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
See ya.
Yeah, I think we'll call it a night for this lovely hangout.
Sounds good to me.
It was good having you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you both very much
for having us.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I will catch you guys later.
Peace.
See ya.
Bye.